The car? Good thing I have West Plains Lock and Key programmed in my phone.
West Plains Lock and Key?
I did it again.
All right, we'll be right there.
Whenever you lock yourself out, call West Plains Lock and Key, 256-8862. West Plains Lock and Key, where tradition meets technology.
My name is John Thomason, and it wasn't long ago that I was in a lot of pain. Most of the pain was centered between my shoulder blades and in my neck. I was referred by a coworker to McFarland Spine and Sport. Dr. McFarland is good at what he does. Not only has he helped the pain, he has helped my mobility and has taught me exercises that I can do at home to help my situation.
McFarland Spine and Sport. Better movement for a better life at 290 Kentucky Avenue in West Plains. Call 256-9172.
Hawkins Home and Lawn. Best brands, best service since 67.
Hi, this is Anna. Attention hunters. We are fully stocked with freezer in a variety of sizes. 5 cubic feet for just $249, 7 cubic for $279, 9 cubic for $399, 16 cubic feet for $699, and 20 cubic foot for $999. We also have 20 cubic foot upright freezers for only $999. Stop in and save today.
Ozark Conference football excitement continues now with the Zizzers on KDY.
Paul Knight back here with Reed Grigsby. We're up on top of the Zizzer Stadium here at the McDonald's Field and in West Plains. And, of course, the Zizzers playing host tonight to the Mustangs, who are on the field. They're in the white uniforms, white helmets, the black pants. And here come the Zizzers, red and red with the black helmets. And they're ready to go as the Zizzers take the field with we got 7:45 to go until kickoff. And Reed, you talked a little bit about, we did this morning with Coach Perkins, the fact that there's been a little bit of a weather change.
Yeah, just a bit. We wouldn't know it up here in this.
No, not in this stands.
We actually have heat, folks. So
yeah.
Unfortunately, those in the stands don't. But yeah, there's definitely a weather change, and that can definitely put an effect on the ball game, especially in the throwing game, the passing game. That ball gets awful hard and slick when it's cold outside.
Well, and also there's a little bit of a wind. And I was trying to see. I can't remember where the flag is.
Looks like it's blowing
straight out of the north.
Straight out of the north.
Yeah. Anyway, there's a little bit of wind, there's a little bit of cold, and the Zizzers are on the field in their red uniforms. The Mustangs are on the field in their white uniforms with the black pants, and we're going to have action here on the radio here very shortly. And one more thing, we talk a little bit about this game. Of course, it's for the district championship, and tonight's winner gets to make a long drive to Hannibal, Missouri, or to Jeff City. Whoever wins that game tonight, Jeff City and Hannibal played in week 3. Hannibal won that game by about 21, and if the seedings hold true, West Plains will be traveling to Hannibal next Friday afternoon to play at Friday night in Hannibal, Missouri.
Yeah, Hannibal's one of those scary teams. They hung 76 on somebody last week, so I went and looked at their record prior to the game, and they score a lot of points. Of course, I don't know what the competition is, but Jefferson City is certainly a great football program and has been for many years, and so that's a testament to the Hannibal. I don't even know what their mascot is, and the Mark Twains or.
I was going to say I'll bet there's some kind of dog.
Yeah, maybe.
Anyway, but Hannibal is in the future. Tonight we've got the Mustangs. We've got to take care of business here this evening, and the Zizzers taking on the Mustangs here tonight on the radio. Speaking of the radio, we're going to take another 2-minute break and bring you some commercials here on the radio. KKDY 102.5.
This testimonial with Mother Nature is brought to you by Butler Heating and Air of West Plains.
Oh my, look at these homes with geocomfort. Not only are they saving on heating costs, they're helping Mother Nature and the planet. I'm touched. How about a nice sunny day, everyone?
Call Butler Heating and Air to learn how a GeoComfort geothermal system can save your energy costs. Butler Heating and Air, keeping you comfortable no matter what Mother Nature brings.
And there's a flag on the play.
Dr. Edwin Roeder of Ozarks Healthcare Orthopedics and Spine is proud to be the Zizzer team physician. The team at Ozarks Healthcare sends best wishes to all Zizzer athletes for safe play and for exceptional sportsmanship. Ozarks Healthcare hopes you stay healthy, but if injuries happen, Dr. Roeder and the rest of his team are there to help you with your recovery. Ozarks Healthcare Orthopedics and Spine, a proud supporter of Zizzer Athletics.
Hey, honey, you see him?
Yeah, I see him.
Well, shoot him. You got him!
Outpost Motorsports in downtown West Plains has side-by-sides in stock ready for deer season. Stop in and see the High Sun Sector 550. Perfect to get deep into the woods to haul out that trophy buck this season. The High Sun Sector comes standard with top, windshield, and winch. You don't have to add one later. Stop by Outpost Motorsports next to the Civic Center in West Plains and check out the full line of side-by-sides in stock now, or check them out online at outpostmotorsports.com.
Stuart Morrison Ready Mix has been serving the Ozarks for over 3 decades. Think about that. And takes great pride in producing quality concrete, offering competitive prices. Stuart Morrison Ready Mix is ready to help you with all your residential, commercial, or agriculture concrete and rock needs. Give them a call today, 256-8171. Stuart Morrison Ready Mix, where you get concrete results every time.
It's back to the field for more Zizzer football action on Hot Country KDY.
Paul Knight that lined up for the captains to go to the middle of the field. The officials are here. The captains are here. We got a bunch of people taking pictures as well out of there tonight. There's a bunch of stuff going on here tonight in West Plains between the, that's much better, Reed, with the, you can see? Yeah. We can always turn the heat up.
That's good. So true.
Yeah, because we've got a heater right behind us. But the Zizzers are ready. The Mustangs are ready. We've got about 3 minutes to kick off, and they're going to go to the middle of the field. And, Reed, I know it's been a while since you've been on the field. It's been a long time since I have. But this is when the juices really start to flow right now.
Yeah, absolutely. It's win or go home at this point. So, yeah, I guarantee the nerves are at a peak right now, and you get those pregame jitters and the butterflies in the stomach, and almost makes you want to puke.
As captains for the West Plains Zizzers, you got number 66 for West Plains. That's Jalen James. Number 36 for the West Plains Zizzers, that is Jason Lopez. Number 2, of course, is Dagan Kinslow. And number 40, that's Heath Lair for the West Plains Zizzers. On the other side of the field, you got number 12. That's their quarterback, Mr. Do Everything, Cole Martin. Then on the other side, I think that's number 66, I believe.
Yeah, I think 68, actually.
66 and 68 both.
Yep.
Yeah, 66, that is Jerodiah Dushee. And number 68 is Garrett Griggs. He's the big guy. He's 6'2", 295. And then the other guy is number 2. That's their wide receiver, Mr. Do Everything, Pierce Harmon. So we've got we've got the captains. Of course, the West Plains Zizzers led by head coach Matt Perkins. The McDonald County Mustangs led by Keelan Hoover, who has brought this program to the top of the totem pole there in McDonald County, which is kind of a well, as you mentioned it's been a while since they've been this good.
Yeah, absolutely. They got some great players. The little quarterback can sling it around a little bit. They have some great wide receivers to go along with him, and some pretty good size on both lines.
Zizzers have won the toss. They've decided to take the football, which they have every time. And the Mustangs will kick off from the south end of the field, and the Zizzers will get the football first. And we're about ready to have action here from West Plains, Missouri, here at McDonald's Field at Zizzer Stadium. And I'm going to take a real quick chance to get through this one. Tonight's game is only a competitive contest between these two schools, but it's also an educational experience for the students involved. Because high school athletics activities are about learning life values, your friends at KKDY and the Missouri State High School Activities Association remind everyone to do their part in keeping our hometown sports a positive experience for everyone. When you attend your next game, do your part to help rekindle the spirit of citizenship by showing good sportsmanship. You'll be teaching a positive lesson, and you'll be preserving a proud tradition in the state of Missouri. And we have to read these.
Good job, Paul.
Thank you. We're about ready to go for action here tonight from West Plains. The officials in the middle of the field. The Mustangs are going to kick off. It looks like the kicker is going to be number 32 for the Mustangs, and that is Jared Mora, 6'1" senior, and he's going to be the kicking. The officials head to the side, and we're about ready to have action. Hopefully we won't have an official go down tonight like we did last time.
No kidding, yeah.
Hey, it's kickoff time.
Back deep for the West Plains Zizzers. I believe that's, is that Heston Miller in the middle of the field?
It
yes,
certainly
it
is.
Yes. First time he's been back here in a while. And we're ready to go. Short approach by the Mustang kicker, Mora. Got to kind of watch for a little pooch kick here. And that it is. It's going to be fielded. It's going to hit the ground, takes a bounce, picked up there by the Zizzers. And he gets to the number 39, Carter McCracken. Takes the ball out to the 30-yard line, and it's going to be 1st and 10 for West Plains.
Carter McCracken's been one of those players that's really come on the last couple weeks, so it's always nice to see him touch the ball and puts us in fairly decent field position to start the game.
1st and 10 at their own 30. Zithers, Kinslow in the backfield by himself. Miller comes wide right. Leeser, the tight end to the right side. Wide left is Lair. Tight end to the right, or the wing back to the left side. Looks to be Lair comes in motion. Back to the formation. Kinslow going to throw the quick out to Miller. Miller catches, gets to the 38-yard line, and the Zithers kind of have a habit of getting the ball to Miller on the first play of every ball game.
Yeah, that's about right, and that's a good person to get the ball to, because as we know, once he gets into space, there's not a man on the field that can catch him that we've seen thus far.
Not if he gets behind you.
Yep.
2nd down and 1 as they put it at the 29-yard line. Sanders the center. Man in motion is Lair back to the formation. Kinslow in the backfield with Lair. Kinslow calls for the ball, gives Lair right side. There's a hole. He's to the outside. Connor to the 40, to the 45, to the 40. It's a sprint down the sideline. Guess what? Connor Lair wins that sprint. We just went 61 yards on the second play of the ball game, and the Zizzers are on top. 6-0 with 11 minutes to go.
And his mama says that's his baby, and that was the touchdown for the night, and some great blocking out there, out in space, and Connor Lair fought through some contact, and the Zizzers are on the board first.
Zizzers tend to kick the extra point. I believe that's, is that the freshman?
That is.
I can't remember. Anyway, the Zizzers attempt the extra point. Cook to hold, snap back, it's a good one. Kick looks to be up, looks to be good. Officials say it is. And we got a number 29, that
Chase
is
Larson.
Chase Larson.
Yeah.
Makes it a 7-0 ball game. We'll be back in a minute here on the radio. KKDY, 0.5.
It's not just a home or a car. It's the 5 hours you spent in the kitchen mastering your epic wing recipe and the 3-hour family road trip to the tailgate party. While other insurance companies just see them as a bundle or a combo, State Farm agent Justin Shelby and his team see your home and car as the time and memories you put into them. Justin and his team understand what your things really mean to you and is here to help you give them the protection they deserve.
For all your home and auto insurance needs, talk to me, State Farm agent Justin Shelby, and my team in West Plains and in Houston.
Bailey Chevy and GMC, home of the Bailey factory.
Bailey Chevy would love to serve your transportation needs. Whether you're a Eagle, Zizzer, Tiger, or wherever you call home, Bailey Chevy would love to serve your transportation needs. Come see us at Bailey Chevy, home of the Bailey Factor in beautiful downtown Willow Springs.
Call 469-3111. Bailey team is gonna get it done.
West Plains football continues now on Hot Country KDY.
Paul Knight back here with Reed Grigsby, set to kick off for the West Plains Zithers. That's number 19. Nope, that's not 19. That's 16. Braden Wall. He's going to put it. They're going to have to put it on the tee and hold it because of the wind. And we're going to try a little. We're going to hit a little grounder. It looks like to me.
Yeah, you know, one thing that the Zizzers have done on kickoff this year is they've gotten real aggressive with the squib kicks and the pooch kicks, and see if we can win a field position battle and, you know, come up with a loose ball.
It's a line drive out of bounds. Going to go out of bounds around the 25-yard line. So that's going to, if I remember right, that takes the ball out to around the 40.
Yeah, I believe so. It's a 10-yard penalty from the spot, if I think, or is it a 10-yard penalty? I can't remember.
Well, I think it's just marked at the 40-yard line.
Maybe.
And now the officials are going to huddle up because they're going to have to figure out what to do with it.
1st and 10 for the Mustangs.
The Zizzers think it's, since it went out of bounds at the 25, that's where the ball's going to go, but I don't think that's where it's going to be. And the officials are walking one of the Mustangs to the sideline for some reason. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of a odd chain of events going on right here, so I'm not really sure what's going on.
Yeah, and unfortunately, we don't have microphones on the officials, so now the officials are starting to move the ball up to one of them standing on the 35. We've got a penalty, got a dead ball, unsportsmanlike against the Mustangs. So something must have happened during the kick. And he was escorted off the field.
He was. He may have been booted.
And that was number 66. That's one of the captains. Jebediah.
This is where we need some sideline reporters, Paul.
Oh, Jim just texted and said he's got blood.
Oh.
But that doesn't explain the unsportsmanlike conduct. But it may not have been him. So they put the ball on the 35, then they're going to mark off the unsportsmanlike conduct, which will take it back to the 20-yard line. So that's where the Mustang 20-yard line. 11:06 to go in the first quarter, and the Zizzers have jumped out to a 6-0 lead. Mustangs in their spread offense. They got 3 wide receivers to the left side, 2 receivers to the right. Quarterback by himself back there, that's number 12, Cole Martin. 2-year returning starter for the Mustangs. And we still got, I don't know what's going on here, but
I don't either. But I think we're ready to go now.
We're getting closer. This game will be over about 11:15, folks. Officials say give it the ready for play sign. We're ready to go. Martin, field, calls for the ball. He's going to keep it right up the middle, hit at the line of scrimmage, get across the 20, out to about the 22, 23-yard line. And Reed, that's a play we've seen a bunch of.
We've seen a lot of that, and number 12 for McDonald County, Cole. He's a pretty good ball runner, and he's pretty hefty, even though he's not real tall, and he's got some beef, and he can make some yardage after contact.
Made him out all the way to the 24-yard line, where it's going to be 2nd down and 6. Mustangs come out once again, 3 receivers to the left side, 1 receiver wide right, wing back on the right side as well. Got a quick blitz, and that's going to get to him, and there's going to be a loss of 1. A tackle made there by number 9. That is Hayden Holt. Holt got in quickly, made the tackle, a loss of 1, and takes it back to the 23-yard line, where it's going to bring up 3rd down and about 7 to go.
Holt's one of those defensive players that we're going to, call his name a lot tonight, I'm sure, because he always puts his nose up in there and seems to be around the ball.
Holt, 5'10", 190, playing on the defensive line. Obviously, but he's got a little bit of play in that motor that makes him aggressive. Zizzers looking at a 3 wide. They're going to throw the ball on the out pattern. It's going to be knocked away. A great defensive play there by number 32 for West Plains. That is Landon Casey. Came up and knocked the ball away from the intended receiver. Stops the clock with 9:46 to go in the first. And the Mustangs are going to have to punt it away.
Nice 3 and out that time by the West Plains defense, and great play by Landon Casey to knock that pass away.
Lair goes back to receive the punt. I can't see the number of the punter, but it's not that important, because if you're watching on TV, you can. Snap back. It's a good snap. The kick's away. Not a lot of pressure. It's a high one. It's going towards the sideline. It hits, goes out of bounds in Mustang territory. So the Zizzers will have it 1st and 10, and they still haven't got it marked yet.
Great field position.
Yes, 41-yard line, so a very short punt. And the Zizzers have it 1st and 10 at the Mustang 41. And the officials are still talking to each other. Zizzers back on the field with their offensive unit. You got Miller and Leisure out here to the right side. Wide left is Connor Lair. In the slot is is Hafer. Kinslow sends Miller in motion, fakes it to him. Guess what? He's going to keep it up the middle, and he's going to get very little, if anything, as he gets close to the 40-yard line. So we'll give him 1 and bring up a 2nd down and 9 for the West Plains Zizzers.
Of course, Kinslow's coming off a game last week. He had 330 yards and 6 touchdowns in the first half.
Yeah.
That's more passing touchdowns than my team had my whole high school career.
More passes than we threw my whole coaching career. Second down and 9. The ball rests squarely on the 40-yard line. Zizzer offensive line comes up. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Single setback. Kinslow hands it off in the backfield. That's Miller, I think. I can't see. Yes, it is Miller. And Miller gets 9 or 8 as he gets down to the 31-yard line. Mustangs said they have the football. They're going to mark it at the 32. So that's a gain of 8 and brings up a 3rd down and a very short 1 yard to go.
Good job by Miller that time following his blocks and being patient, and was able to get 8 yards out of a nice second down carry.
3rd and 1. The ball at the 32-yard line of the Mustangs. Kinslow's in the backfield by himself, but here comes Connor Lair to stand up next to him. Zizzer's have it on the right hash. Inside handoff. Lair up the middle. He's got the 1 and a little bit more, but not much more as he gets to the 29-yard line, but that's enough. Reed for another Zizzer first down.
Yeah, and if you need 2 or 3 yards, I can't think of a better person to give it to than Connor Lair, because he has a knack for
finding a hole
and getting yards after contact.
It's a 8:14 to go first quarter. Zizzer's on top, 7-0, scored on the second play of the ball game, and they have the ball at the Mustang 29-yard line. Kinslow hands it off to Lair again. This time Lair hit at the line, and this time he gets nothing as the Mustangs are there to make the tackle. He led there by number 48 for the Mustangs, and I got to look him up because he made a good play right there. That is Weston Gordon, a 6'1", 200-pound inside linebacker.
Yeah, we don't see much of that. We just talked about Lair, and McDonald County was able to make a nice stop on defense that time and tackle him for a very short gain, if any gain at all.
Ball still at the 29-yard line. 2nd down and 10 for the Zizzers. Kinslow in the backfield with Lair. Fakes it to Lair. Lair up the middle. He's got the first down and close to the first 10 or the 20. And the official steps up and says, put it right here, which will be right on the 19-yard line. And if that's true, that's another 1st and 10 for West Plains at the Mustang 19-yard line. Zizzers come to the line, 2 right, 2 left. Kinslow in the backfield by himself. Miller in motion. They fake to him. Kinslow keeps. Kinslow spins to the outside. He's got 1 man to beat, but he can't quite do it. Gets to the 15-yard line. So that's a pickup of 4 and brings up 2nd down and 6.
Good pursuit that time by McDonald County. We had some nice blocks downfield, and Kinslow just couldn't shake free.
Usually he makes stuff happen like that.
Yeah.
But you're looking at a team on the other side that matches up very well with the Zizzers. There's some big folks on the other side wearing those white jerseys.
Absolutely. They're 10-1 for a reason. That's a good football team.
Kinslow in the backfield along with Lair. Calls for the ball. Fakes the handoff. Rolls right. Throws it down into the end zone. Up in the air. Caught by Leeser. No, out of his hands. Went through his hands out of the end zone, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 6 to go. I thought he caught it.
I did too. I think the defensive back from McDonald County got a hand up in there just right at the last second. Usually Leeser, he's 6'6".
6'5". Yeah.
And he can go up and get those, but good defensive play by McDonald County that time.
So now the Zizzers faced with a 3rd down and 6 from the Mustang 15-yard line. Kinslow's in the backfield by himself. 2 receivers right, and here comes motion by Miller. They're going to give it to Connor Lair instead, and Lair's going to be hit at the 14-yard line. So that's going to bring up a 3rd down or a 4th down and about 4.5 to go, and this is going to be a decision that takes. But I don't think there's a whole lot of decision there, really.
No, we haven't kicked a lot of field goals. Probably a good field goal kicker.
He can make it from there.
He can, but we're also really good at picking up 6 yards.
Yeah, and we need 5.
Yep.
Or 4. Anyway, Kinslow back on the field. Play clock down to 15. Zizzers are looking at a 4th and 4. 3 receivers to the right side. In the backfield's Connor Lair. Kinslow fakes to him, throws it over the middle. It's going to be incomplete. In and out of the hands, intended once again for Leeser. And it's in and out of his hands at the 2-yard line. And the Zizzers turn it over on downs, and the defense comes out on the field.
We had our opportunities there, but good defense by McDonald County, and they were able to shut us down. And they will be deep in their own territory with 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. 6:21 to go, first quarter. Zizzers lead by a score of 7-0. Leisure catches that ball, he scores.
Absolutely, and I thought he had it caught for just a second and was not able to keep possession, and good defensive play. They were able to knock it out of his hands, and McDonald County ball.
McDonald County has it at their own 13-yard line. Martin in the backfield. He's got a little help this time. He turns, he looks to the outside, placed, throws made and caught. The receiver there, number 80, that is Levi Malone. Malone picks up 2 to the 15-yard line, but a nice play there by the defensive back of the Zizzers and holds it to a 2-yard gain.
Landon Casey on that tackle that time, and he's been playing some good defense all season, and he's going to get tested tonight for sure.
Mustangs come to the line of scrimmage. Play clock at 20. Well, they don't even come to the line of scrimmage. They're still talking it over. Zizzers lead 7-0, 5:50 to go, first quarter. Play clock at 10. Martin in the backfield by himself. They fake to him. He's going to keep it. Martin's into the secondary. He's got to cross the 20 to the 22 or 23-yard line. Depends where they mark him. And they're going to take him all the way out to the 24, which is enough for a first down for the Mustangs.
Good run that time by Martin. Had some nice blocks in the interior line, and our linebackers are going to have to sniff out the hole a little bit better against him.
Yeah, they're going to have to keep an eye on number 12 because he can run the football.
You bet.
He's a fullback and a quarterback number. Mustangs come to the line of scrimmage. Tight end to the left side. Martin in the backfield by himself. Motion across the set. This time they give it on the jet sweep, and there's no place for the young man to go. In fact, he's going to lose all the way back to the 20-yard line. That's a loss of 4 and brings up a second down and about 14 to go.
My man Jason Lopez back on the tackle, and you're not going to sneak it past him very easily. He's a great defensive player.
I was going to say Lopez, he makes tackles everywhere.
Everywhere.
Doesn't matter where you go, left or right, and he's on the right or left. He makes tackles.
Fun to watch.
Wide side of the field is the left side. 3 receivers go that direction. Martin in the backfield by himself. 1 receiver to the left or to the right. He's going to roll that way. He keeps it up. He gets across the 20, maybe to the 21 read, and that's going to bring up a third down and a long 12 for the Mustangs.
Like Jesse Hudson came up and made the initial contact and then was tackled by a gang of Zizzers. But good stop on second down.
Clock continues to run. We're inside 4:15 to go in the first quarter as the Flies come to life here in the press box. Zizzers lead 7-0. Mustangs have the ball at their own 22. They've got to get to the 34 for a 1st and 10. Martin calls for the ball, looks to the left side. Tackled from behind. A nice play made there. I think that's making the tackle there is Miles Foster, and it's going to be another punting situation for the Mustangs.
Good defensive stand by the Zizzers that time, and then forces McDonald County to kick deep out of their own territory. And we're looking at good field position here, Paul.
Once again, Connor Lair standing at the Mustang 45. No pressure. Kicks away. This time it's a line drive that's going to hit and go out of bounds in Zizzer or Mustang territory. This time the ball's going to be marked at the 48. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the West Plains Zizzers from the Mustang 48-yard line with a 7-0 lead.
I like our chances if we can continue to get short field.
Yes.
Yeah.
We've played on their side of the 50 the whole first quarter so far.
Yeah, absolutely. And, eventually it's going to break open for us, I believe, if we can continue this trend.
Got the big play on the second play of the ball game. Connor Lair went 61 yards on just a toss, not even a toss sweep to the right side. Perkins looks quickly left side, caught there by Miller, or that's Lair, excuse me, gets hit at the 40, makes people miss, goes out of bounds. Where are they going to mark him? They're going to mark him at the 35-yard line, so that's enough for a 13-yard gain and another. Zizzer first down on the throw and catch between Kinslow and Connor Lair. Connor's had more touches in the first quarter than he's had in most games so far this season.
That's true.
Clock stopped, 3:03 to go, first quarter. Kinslow in the backfield by himself. Here comes Lair to help. Kinslow hands the ball to Lair, right side. Connor breaks the outside, makes one miss. A nice tackle made there by number 14. That's Jack Parnell. Parnell said, I'm not going to hit you upstairs. I'm going for those ankles, and he made them.
Unfortunately, I think they're going to get us on a holding call that was back behind the play. And and it was pretty flagrant.
Did you see it? I didn't see it.
We deserved that one.
Okay. Unfortunately, that has been a problem the Zizzers have had this year, is holding calls on plays, running plays especially. That takes the ball all the way back to the 45-yard line, where it's going to bring up they say first down and first down about 22. Ball to 45. We got to get to the 24 for a 1st and 10. Inside handoff. And that's, that's a fumble. They called that a fumble. Ball was coughed up there by Garrett Drowned at the 40-yard line, picked up by the Mustangs, and that's going to be returned across the 50, right to the 50-yard line. And unfortunately, there's no replay because it looked to me like you said, Reed, I thought he was down.
It looked like his knees were down to me, but I didn't see when the ball came loose. So I don't know. That was one of those bang-bang calls, and the referees called it the other way.
And the Mustangs now have good field position.
Still not in Zizzer territory,
Not
though.
yet. They are at the 50-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs at the 50-yard line. Zizzer defense back on the field. Mustangs send 3 receivers to the right side. Play clock down to 7, so they better hurry. Martin in the backfield by himself. Play clock at 1, and we got it. There's got to be a procedure. There he is finally.
Yeah.
Flags are thrown, and that's going to be a legal procedure or delay a game, one of the two. Dead ball, procedure penalty, 5 yards marked off, so that takes it back to the 45, where it's going to bring up first down and 15 for the Mustangs.
Look, line was offside, so I don't know who you would pin that penalty on.
Now, team. Zizzers with those 4 down linemen, 2 linebackers, 5 defensive backs against the Mustangs, who basically go with a 5 wideout formation. They bring somebody back as a what we call a bump back, is a blocker. He's basically a tight end. Martin throws. The ball's knocked away at the line of scrimmage. Contact made at the line. Knocked away there by, once again, number 63. That's Foster. And Foster has his hand on the ball and brings up 2nd down and 15 with the clock stopped with 2:43 to go in the first quarter. Zizzers on top, 7-zip.
Foster's one of those players. He's really come on in the back half of this season and was able, if you can't make it to the quarterback, the next best thing you can do is put your big paws up there and try to knock the ball down, which is exactly what Foster did.
Foster, the program has him 6'4", 230. He does a good job of putting pressure on the QB. Martin looks to throw to the right. Going to step up. Pressure comes. Throws it down the middle. It's going to be caught by the Mustangs in Zizzer territory. He had a lot of time. And down with the ball is number 80 for the the Mustangs is Malone, all the way down to the West Plains 22-yard line. And it's a 1st and 10 for the Mustangs at the Zizzer 23.
Nice throw and catch that time by McDonald County. We had great pressure on the quarterback that time, and he was able to evade it and find an open man and hit him right in the hands.
1st and 10 for the Mustangs at the West Plains 23-yard line. They come to the line of scrimmage. 2 receivers to the right side, 2 receivers to the left. Tight end number 42, man in motion. They fake. Martin keeps, finds a little bit of hole down to the 20-yard line. So that's a pickup of 3 against the Zizzer defense, and it brings up a 2nd down and 7.
And we talked about before the game, that's one thing you got to watch. We know that game, and they certainly were able to showcase it on that last play, and you got to be really careful downfield to make sure those receivers don't get open.
Martin looks to the sideline. Zizzer's making some substitution in at the defensive line. That's Hayden Bryant, senior defensive lineman, comes in to put some pressure on the quarterback. Zizzers have 4 linemen in the down stance. Martin calls for the ball, but unfortunately somebody decided they'd move before it was snapped, and that's going to be a 5-yard penalty. Clock doesn't stop. Oh, there we go. And it's going to bring up a second down and about 12 from the 25. Zizzer's defense got a hold right here. We got less than a minute 30 to go in the first quarter. Zizzer's lead 7-zip. Don't let the Mustangs tie it, boys. Martin in the backfield. Zizzers look like they're going to bring pressure. Martin throws the quick out. Caught there again by number 80. He's their favorite receiver. That's Malone, and he's down inside the 15 to about, well, he's actually at the 15-yard line, and that's going to bring up a third down and a short 2 to go.
And it's third
Like we were talking on the last drive, that's Landon Casey out there in coverage, and they're certainly going to test him because number 80 is obviously their go-to man.
And just as we say that Malone comes out here, Kinslow's going to get in his face. Kinslow comes in at the D-back. Martin's going to keep it up the middle. He's got the first down and more. In fact, Martin's going to go 15 yards into the end zone, and the Mustangs are within one with 1:08 to go here in the first quarter. And I don't see any flags on the field.
I don't either, but that's one thing in high school football, something make all the difference in the world. And unfortunately, we coughed up the ball and gave a good. You're able to tie it up.
Gave them some momentum. It's 7-6 ball game, 1:08 to go, first quarter. Kicking the ball away is number 32. That's Mora. Mora's kicks up and good. We got a tie ball game. We'll be back in 1 minute here on the radio, KKDY 102.5.
If you live with muscle aches, it's time to do something about it. Get feeling better by getting an appointment from Leanne at Massage by Leanne. Leanne is a licensed massage therapist and specializes in deep tissue massage and pain management. Don't let your pain continue. Start massage therapy now. Call Massage by Leanne at 257-4043. That's 257-4043. Located in McFarland Spine and Sport on Kentucky Avenue.
Here's a story about Joey McDougal and the 3 Coyote tractors. He sat down on a big 73 horsepower Coyote RX 7320. This is awesome, he said, but let me guess, it's a little too big. So he sat on a 24 horsepower CK 2510. But yeah, I know, it's a little too small. So next he sat on a 45 horsepower NX 4510. This is awesome, he said. I'll take it. Stop by Lynch Equipment in West Plains to see a full line of Coyote tractors with fuel-efficient engines, and we promise you will find one that's just right for you.
Now it's more Zizzer football excitement on Hot Country KDY.
Paul Knight back here with Grigsby. We have a 7-7 ball game. The kickoff occurred just as we got back on the mic, and the Zizzers have a pretty good field position, Reed, as ball was recovered there by number 7. That's Parker McGinley. He takes it out to the 43-yard line where the Zizzers offense starts over 1st and 10.
Yeah, McDonald County elected to kind of pooch kick at that time, went to McGinley, and we got good field position once again.
1st and 10 for the Zizzers.
Zizzer offense on the field. It's a 7-7 ball game. Enzo in the backfield by himself. Fakes the handoff to Miller. Throws it down the middle. Leisure can't get to that when he was overthrown, and it's going to bring up a 2nd down and 10. Clock stopped. 57 seconds to go here in quarter number 1.
Leisure was able to run a good pattern and was wide open, and just the ball was maybe 2 feet overthrown, and otherwise Leisure would have had that for a big gain.
2nd down and 10. The ball spotted at the 43-yard line. Kinslow in the backfield by himself. Here comes Miller in motion. He's going to turn. He's going to get the fake handoff. Kinslow keeps. Up the middle goes Kinslow across the 50 down to the 49-yard line. That's a pickup of 8. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and 2.
Seems like thus far we've been really good at getting in 3rd and short positions, which is always a good sign.
3rd and 2. The ball at the Mustang 48.5-yard line. Kinslow going to quick throw out there to Miller, and it falls incomplete. Almost picked off there by number 80, Levi Malone, and Malone had nothing but green grass between him and the other end zone, and the Zizzers now on a 4th down and about 2 to go.
That was almost a tie for the ball that time, and luckily Miller was able to wrestle it loose for it, and otherwise that would have been 6 going back the other way.
Yes, it would have been, because Miller played defensive back that time. 25 seconds. Inside handoff. Connor Lair. He's going to be close. Depends where they mark. It says he didn't make it. The official on our side says he did. Mark it at the 42-yard line, 47-yard line. They're going to bring the sticks out. And it looked like Lair got close to the 46, but they mark it at the 47, which should be enough for a first down.
Yeah, it looks like forward progress. He should have been down about the 46, but it's going to be really, really close here.
Chain crew comes out.
Just eyeballing it.
Hope they took out a couple of links on their way out here.
Eyeballing it, I think he has it by half a yard.
We even got the Zizzer burger for you.
Oh,
first down. Woo! How about a football?
Yeah.
Zizzer's make it on 4th down and 2. It's 1st and 10 now from the Mustang 42-yard line with 20 seconds to go here in quarter number 1. We got a tie ball game, Grigsby, and, you know, it's one of those deals where the Zizzers are not used to that.
No, but I tell you what, as an observer, it's a lot more fun to watch.
Yeah. Zizzers have the football. 20 seconds to go, first quarter. Kinslow in the backfield. Miller comes in motion. He gets the toss sweep, faked. And Kinslow gets turned and gets his feet taken out from him and falls to the 40.5-yard line. And he lost a shoe. No, he didn't. He's got it back on. So anyway, it's 2nd down and about 8.5 to go for the West Plains offense. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter. We'll be back in 1 minute here on the radio, KKDY 102.5.
Current Incorporated is growing. Now, to go along with the area's best electrical, HVAC, and internet, they offer tech support and computer repair through Current IT. They also offer camera and security systems, duct cleaning, and commercial equipment repair. That's right, all of these services at... Think about calling anywhere else. Current Incorporated in what?
Call 257-0504.
What's wrong? The deer hunters, they're getting smarter. They've been to Monty's Outdoors at the Southern Hill Shopping Center in West Plains. They got summit tree stands, also blinds and blind chairs, scents and attractives. Oh my God, what's that smell? Is that you? No, it's Code Blue. See, I'm all confused. They've got Evercom, Scent Away, and even Scent Thief. They got camo that's 20% off as well. It's all happening at Monty's Outdoors, Southern Hill Shopping Center, West Plains. Why am I telling everybody this?
You're the one with the antlers. I'm not worried.
I know.
The Zizzers play here on today's Hot New Country KDY.
All night back here as we start the second quarter with Reed Grigsby and Reed. The Zizzers are tied 7-7. They send 3 receivers right side. Kinslow looks to the right, rolls right. He's trying to throw the ball, throws it out there, intended for, I have no idea, but it hit the ground and it's incomplete. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 8 to go for West Plains. And you can kind of feel the Zizzers are just not quite right tonight.
They're not quite clicking, but we're also playing a defense that is what we're not used to. So their plan is pretty tight. Had some nice pressure that time. Number 40 came in on a linebacker blitz and put Kinslow in an uncomfortable position and was not able to get it downfield to an open receiver.
Hafer, the single receiver on the left side, 3 receivers to the right side. Lair, single setback behind Kinslow. It's 3rd down and 8. Kinslow hands it to Lair on the sweep to the right side. Lair tries to get to the outside, gets tackled after a gain of about 3, and that's going to bring up a 4th down and about 5 or 5.5 to go. And the Zizzers are going to go for it on 4th and 5 from the Mustang 42-yard. That's showing some confidence, folks. They're going to go to an unbalanced line. Kinslow in the backfield by himself. Unbalanced line to the right. Kinslow calls for the ball. They may be trying to draw him offside. They take a time. They were trying to draw him off. Zizzers take time. We'll be back in a minute here on the radio, KKDY 102.5.
Ho, ho, ho! When you fill that Christmas list, don't forget Duke Boys. Duke Boys has gift cards available. You choose the amount from detailing, ceramic coatings, vehicle wraps, or angel wax products for the people on your list who love to detail their own ride. So, this Christmas season, get your shine on, or get the shine on for someone on your list with Duke Boys, South 63 in West Plains. Watch Facebook for special Black Friday deals. Duke Boys, get your shine on.
There's a flag on the play.
Dr. Edwin Roeder of Ozarks Healthcare Orthopedics and Spine is proud to be the Zizzer team physician. The team at Ozarks Healthcare sends best wishes to all Zizzer athletes for safe play and for exceptional sportsmanship. Ozarks Healthcare hopes you stay healthy, but if injuries happen, Dr. Roeder and the rest of his team are there to help you with your recovery. Ozarks Healthcare Orthopedics and Spine, a proud supporter of Zizzer Athletics.
Ozark Conference football excitement continues now with the Zizzers on KDY.
Paul Knight back here with Riggs of Grigsby. We got a 4th down and 5. The ball at the 42-yard line. Zizzers have it on a 4th and 5. Kinslow looks left, looks down the middle, throws it down the middle. It's for Lair, and Lair's got it. Lair is in. What a play by the Zizzers from the 42-yard line, and they go on top 13-7.
It's funny, just at the commercial break there, me and Paul were talking about how we needed to play and come back, and we sure enough got one. Great to Connor Lair, who has such great ball skills, was able to bring it in.
And puts the Zizzers on top. In to kick the extra point is Larson, the freshman kicker, who you say is a pretty good player on the soccer field, puts this one right through the middle, and the Zizzers lead 14-7. We'll be back in a minute here on the radio, KKDY 102.5.
It's not just a home or a car. It's the 5 hours you spent in the kitchen mastering your epic wing recipe and the 3-hour family road trip to the tailgate party. While other insurance companies just see them as a bundle or a combo, State Farm agent Justin Shelby and his team see your home and car as the time and memories you put into them. Justin and his team understand what your things really mean to you and is here to help you give them the protection they deserve.
For all your home and auto insurance needs, talk to me, State Farm agent Justin Shelby, and my team in West Plains and in Houston.
Hi, this is Taylor Grubauer with Taylor Grubauer Chevrolet Buick GMC in West Plains. We buy cars, trucks, and SUVs. Used vehicles are worth top dollar right now, and we want to buy your car. Bring by your vehicle and title for an instant cash offer.
Find new roads at Taylor Grubauer Chevy Buick and GMC.
It's where to go and buy your car. Great service and best price by far. In West Plains, Mo, it's where we are. Taylor Grubauer Chevrolet in West Plains.
It's back to the field for more Zizzer football action on Hot Country KDY.
Paul Knight back here with Reed Grigsby. We're set to go here. The Zizzers just took the lead 14-7. Set to kick off number 16. That's Braden Wall for the West Plains Zizzers. Let's see what he does with this one. Last one went out of bounds. It's a high one. It's fair called for and taken at the 33-yard line. So the Mustangs will have it 1st and 10 at their own, make it 34-yard line. Fourth and 5.
Yeah, we absolutely needed that. If we can first half and stay a score or two ahead of McDonald County, I like our chances.
Mustangs have the football at their own 34-yard line. They scored on their last possession when the quarterback, Cole Martin, went in from 15 yards out. Martin in the backfield. This time he's joined there by the big running back, number 25, which is Destin Dowd. Dowd has a fake handoff, and Martin gets hit in the backfield. This time the Zizzer defensive line had nothing to do with that fake, and it's going to bring a loss of 2 and a 2nd down and about 12 to go.
Looks like Aiden Holt and Jason Lopez in on that tackle.
Their defensive line running a good job of getting some penetration. We just need to get in there a little faster when he starts to throw the football.
Yeah, we need to be in his face when he puts some pressure on him. We really haven't pressured him that much when he drops back to throw.
Ball at the 32-yard line, 2nd and 12. Martin calls for it. He's going to throw. Pressure comes up the middle. Sidesteps that one. Pressure around the outside. Martin escapes that. and that's a late hit, and I saw that one coming.
Yeah.
And, yeah, he was 2 steps out of bounds, and contact was made, and that's going to draw a flag every time.
Yep.
That's
Absolutely.
a 15-yarder.
Yep.
You finally got your program.
Yeah.
Second quarter.
I've been texting my kids for like 20 minutes. Thanks, buddy.
Zizzers have a personal foul, unsportsmanlike conduct penalty called against them. This contact was made outside the football area. And it's a 1st and 10 for the Mustangs all the way down to the West Plains 46-yard line. Mustangs come to the line of scrimmage. 3 receivers to the left side. Martin in the backfield by himself. Zizzers bring pressure. Throws a quick slant. Caught there by the wide receiver number 4. That is Cross Dowd. And Dowd picks up about 7. Gets down inside the 40 down to the 38-yard line. Brings up 2nd down and 3. And the Mustangs moving the ball with some assistance of a big Zizzer penalty.
Yeah, when you talk about turnovers, that can change the game. Those big penalties like that can also change the game, and shooting yourself in the foot.
Yeah, they were looking at 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9. Instead, they got a 1st and 10 in Zizzer territory after the 15-yard penalty. 3 receivers to the right side, 1 receiver left. That's Malone. Looks for the quick slant again. This time knocked away as Lair stepped in front of that ball, and that could have been another pick 6. And Connor's had a couple of those this year already.
He actually is really, really good at them last year and this year. Has a nose for the ball, and unfortunately couldn't come up with that one.
That one he didn't catch, but he did knock it down and brings up a 3rd down and about 2.5 to go. Mustangs have got to get to the 41. The 41 for a 1st and or the 36. How about that? 36-yard line for a 1st and 10. Martin in the backfield by himself. Zizzers with 4 down linemen. Martin's going to run to the outside. He's got the 1st down and more as he inside the 40 down to the 30. Where are they going to put him? They're going to put him all the way down to the 31-yard line. So Martin picks up about 7 and gives the Mustangs another 1st down.
Yeah, good job by the left side of the McDonald County line right there. They were able to hook the defensive end in. He was unable to get contained, and good gain on 3rd down.
Play clock at 9:28. Or the game clock's at 9:28. It's a 14-7 Zizzer lead here with 9:28 to go in the first half. Martin in the backfield. Calls for the ball. He's going to keep it. He gets to the outside again. Picks up yardage down the sideline, and this time the Zizzers lose contain. And Martin picks up about 7 or 8. Depends on where they mark him out of bounds. They're going to mark him out at the 25-yard line, so it's going to be a pickup of about 7, bring up a 3rd down and 2.
He's pretty shifty, I'll tell you that, Paul. I mean, if we don't give him pressure, he can get it downfield. If we do give him pressure, he can get out of it and get nice yardage with his feet.
Right now they found a spot over there on the left side where they're able to get outside the contain and get some good yardage by the quarterback, Martin. Martin, 3-year starter. Started as a sophomore, junior, and his senior season. In the backfield, Martin takes a high snap, looks down the field. There looked to be a hold there. Throws it down the middle of the field. No flag, as the defensive lineman there for the West Plains Zizzers, number 45 for West Plains, Tristan Clark. He got bent over backwards as he was running through. Somebody reached out and grabbed hold of him, pulled him back into the line of scrimmage.
He was almost disrobed.
Yes, he was. His jersey's probably got a hole in it. 3rd down and 3. Zizzers go with 5 down linemen this time. Martin takes the snap. He's going to run, and he's not going to get anything. In fact, he's going to lose yardage back to the 25-yard line, so that's a loss of 1.5 yards, and it's going to bring up a 3rd or a 4th down now and 6 as we approach the 9-minute mark to go in the half. Zizzers lead 14-7, and Reed, it's kind of got to say it, this is a big play early in the ball game.
This is a big play right here. If we can turn it over on downs here and get the ball back, we have a lot of time to go on a nice drive.
I know it's early, folks. 9 minutes to go in the first half, but this is a big play for the Zizzer defense. Malone going to keep it, and his Zizzers are there. Zizzer defense comes up big, a big tackle as the quarterback Cole Martin gets sacked for 3-yard loss, and the Zizzer defense comes up big, and the offense has the ball and a 7-point lead.
Looked like there was a holding call on the play, too, which obviously was declined.
Oh, I hope so.
The Zizzer ball, good job by Tristan Clark that time coming in, and then Connor Lair cleaning it up. Zizzer ball.
Zizzers have it 1st and 10 at their own 34, 33-yard line. It doesn't really matter, but they've got the football and a 7-point lead. Mark it at the 33. Zizzer Red out on the field. Zizzer's offense looking for points right now. 2 touchdown leads, a lot better than a 1.
It certainly is.
Kinslow's in the backfield, along with Connor Lair. Connor's touched the ball more tonight than he has most of the season. Kinslow, option. He's going to get tackled if he's not careful, and then he breaks out. Kinslow across the 30, to the 35-yard line, and he made 7 yards with nothing.
Basically
Literally
out of nothing. Yeah. A good job at McDonald County kind of locking down the option play, but that was not what was planned. I'm pretty certain of it.
They were run the option to Connor on the left side, and there was 3 white jerseys there, so Kinslow just took it down, went to the other side, and now it's a 2nd down and about 3 to go. Ball resting squarely at the 35-yard line. Kinslow and Lair in the backfield. Kinslow rolls to the left. He's just going to keep it. He gets a block from Lair. Kinslow down the sideline, hurdles a man, across the 50-yard line with the hurdle. You never like to see a quarterback get up in the air like that because you don't know how you're going to land.
That's right.
You just don't know how you're going to land. But he landed okay as he's back on the field, and it's a 1st down at the Mustang 47. Zizzer's in a hurry now. 2 receivers to the right, 1 receiver left, Lair in the backfield. Motion by the Zizzers. They're going to take time. We'll be back in a minute here on the radio. KKDY 102.5.
More than just a tire store. Don's Auto Service.
Friendly and familiar faces are the first thing you'll see as you walk through the doors at Don's Auto Service in West Plains. After 40 years of serving the Ozarks, Don's Auto Service makes sure their expert staff gets you the best and most qualified information on your vehicle repairs. Whether it's under the hood, maintenance, or tire related, they have you covered.
More than just a tire store. Don's Auto Service.
Fall is the best time to get a great deal on select Kubota compact tractors rated #1 for reliability in the under 100 horsepower category. Right now, put 0 down, get 0% APR for 84 months, plus save up to $1,400. Now through December 31st, see us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Hi, this is Charlene Smith. Remember, we are 2 names you can trust, Edgeler and Harper and Kubota, Mountain Grove and West Plains.
West Plains football continues now on Hot Country KDY.
Paul Knight back here with Riggs Grigsby. We're at McDonald's Field at Zizzer Stadium, and the Zizzers have a 14-7 lead. And they also have the football to McDonald County 48. There's a jet sweep to Miller. Miller's going to be hammed in around the 50, steps out of bounds at the 47. Come on, step on down to the 46. And you sure did. Kick up of 2, and it brings up 2nd down and about 9 to go.
County's defense, they seem to have a white jersey just right in there, messing up
Everywhere
a lot of
we go.
Everywhere we go. So
yeah.
They're swarming around us. That's got to leave something open downfield, but we'll see what happens here.
Zizzers have it, 2nd down and 9. They're at the Mustang 46-yard line. Kinslow in the backfield by himself, but here comes a man in motion. That's Miller. They're going to look to his direction. Inside screen, there's Hafer. Hafer's got a lot of room to run. Hafer to the sideline. Hafer down the sideline, blocked by Lair. Hafer inside. Did he get there? Touchdown, West Plains. 46 yards. What a play by number 13. That is Watson Hafer. What a run by the junior wide receiver.
That's one of the better plays we've seen all year as far as making something happen once you catch the ball, and this Hafer kid's fun to watch.
Hafer goes in from 46 yards out, and the Zizzers increase their lead to 20-7. And I didn't really mean to yell, but folks, that was, you'll have to look that one up on the TV. That was a dandy. Larson to kick. Looks good. It is no good, they said. Too low, too left. So we got a 20-7 ball game. We'll be back in a minute here on the radio, KKDY 102.5.
The Dream Factory of South Central Missouri and Northern Arkansas are making dreams come true for critically and chronically ill children. Our local Dream Factory needs your help. If you would like to make a donation or know a child that is chronically ill in our area that we can help make their dream come true, please call 417-255-5615. This is a not-for-profit organization.
When you think about anything for the office, think bureau. Whenever you need files, think bureau. Of course, if you need janitorial supplies, think bureau. And if you need it delivered to save yourself some time, think bureau. So for anything in the office, bureau. See them just off the square in West Plains or online at thinkbureau.com. Bureau, 202 West Main Street, 256-6808.
Now it's more Zizzer football excitement on Hot Country KDY.
Paul Knight back here with Greg Grigsby, and the Zizzer set to kick it off. Wall to kick it away. That's this line drive. It hits at the 15, picked up there by the Mustangs, and hit hard. Nice play there by the Zizzer special teams as the Mustangs take it out to the 28-yard line where it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Mustangs.
Nice hard lick that time by Austin Davis, the senior offensive lineman, defensive lineman, 6'2", 230. He brought all of it with him.
He brought most of it with him on that play right there.
He sure did.
He didn't miss lunch today.
No, he did not.
1st and 10 for the Mustangs. They trailed 20-7 as the Zizzers went down and scored. And the Zizzer defense on the field. And one thing you got to note is I've just kind of noticed that they've moved Kinslow back out there on the football field to play corner against their wide receiver, number 80, Levi Malone. Wherever Malone goes, Kinslow goes with him. Malone comes left, Kinslow's the left corner. Two good athletes right there. And we got a flag on the play. What do we got? Dead ball, illegal procedure. So that's going to make it 1st and 15. Ball's going to be marked back to the 24-yard line, 23-yard line, where it's going to be 1st and 15 for the Mustangs. As they have the ball now, Reed, with 7:09 to go in the first half. They trail 20-0 as the Zizzers. You know, you look at their scoring plays, 61, 42, 46, 3 big plays, and put points on the board. And that's kind of been the story all year long. Martin calls for the ball. Quick throw on the out pattern. Going to be caught. Pickup of maybe 4, but gets them to the original line of scrimmage and give them 5. And it's going to bring up a 2nd down and 10 for the Mustangs from their own 28-yard line.
Landon Casey once again out there. He's on the right side now. Made a nice tackle. Made sure he didn't get behind him. 2nd and long.
Malone comes wide to the right side, picked up there by Kinslow, who's on the defensive side of the ball. 2nd down and 10. Martin, quick throw to the outside over the head of the wide receiver. We got a flag on the play, and that's going to be, guess what?
Yep.
That was about a 2-step.
There may have been 3 steps in there, but yeah, it's going to be roughing the passer.
Roughing the passer called against the Zizzers, and you can't, that's the 3rd. No, I take that back. That is the 4th major penalty against the West Plains Zizzers so far this evening, and that's going to give the Mustangs a 1st down all the way out across the 40-yard line after the 15 yards is marked off.
Now, McDonald County hasn't earned very many 1st downs in this game, and we've given them 3 or 4 now.
Yes, we have. We can't be doing that. This is the district finals. Zizzers defensively now setting up at their Mustang 43-yard line. Mustangs have the ball 1st and 10. Clock stops, 6:32 to go. First half, Zizzers lead 20-7. Zizzers, 4 down linemen, 3 linebackers. Martin looks to throw, nowhere to throw it, and he's going to try to run, and the Zizzer defensive line is there to make the play. Guess who's there? Number 36. Have we ever called his name tonight?
Man, we're going to call his name. He's one of my favorite players ever. Great
Lopez is loss, and it brings up a 2nd down and 11.
Hayden Bryant also came up and was able to assist on that tackle.
Into the lineup at this defensive corner is number 21, a sophomore, according to the program. That's Tegan Green. Mine in motion. They fake. Martin keeps it up the middle. Not a lot there. He picks up one of the yards he lost, +1, so a gain of 2, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 9 from the 44-yard line. Zizzer defense did a good job there.
Yeah, absolutely. 3rd and long here. We cannot afford to give another big penalty at this point in the game and in this field position. So it's time to stop them here and see if we can get the ball back.
5:30 to go, first half. Zizzer's on top, 20-7. Mustangs have the ball. Play clock down to 14 as they come to the line of scrimmage. Mustangs need 9 for a 1st and 10. Zizzers rush 4. Martin looks down the sideline, throws it out there. Man's wide open, and he dropped the ball. Oh, my. He had everybody beat. Ball hit him in the hands, and that's probably why he weighs 160 instead of 180.
Yeah, that was for sure a long 1st down, if not a touchdown, if that would have been dialed in a little bit. Thankfully for the West Plains Zizzers, he's not able to come up with it.
He didn't come up with it, and the Zizzers forced the punt. I shouldn't say they didn't force a punt. Mustangs are going to have to punt.
Yeah.
Back for the Zizzers is Lair. Kick, a low line drive that hits at the 35, takes a bounce. Lair picks it up. Down the right side, got some room to run. Runs out of bounds at the 37-yard line, but it'll be 1st and 10 for the West Plains Zizzers on the big play offensively, or incomplete pass, and the Zizzers get the turnover on punt, and it's a blessing.
That was a blessing for sure, and on that punt return, I thought we were getting ready to see a huge collision, but Lair is showing his maturity and realized that we had good field position and just stepped out of bounds.
Stepped out of bounds at the 36 where it's 1st and 10. Play clock right at 5 minutes to go in the first half, and the Zizzers sure would like to get another point on the board or two before the end of this halftime. Zizzers in the red uniforms to the black helmets. They come to the line of scrimmage. Offensive line doing a good job protecting Kinslow and opening up holes basically for Connor Lair. And as soon as I say that, here comes Miller on the jet sweep. Miller crosses the 40. Miller across the 30, 45. Miller across the 50. He made people miss, and when you're fast as he is and you make people miss, you pick up yards.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. He was able to dance around a little bit, was very patient, kind of let the players move around, and he was able to squirt it up to an opening and get a nice 1st down.
1st and 10 at the Mustang 47-yard line. So the Zizzers moving the football as Miller picked up about 14 on that carry. Miller's in the backfield with Kinslow. Miller stays there. Lair goes wide left. They fake the handoff to Miller. Kinslow throws it in the right flat. Caught there by McCracken. McCracken has it all the way down to the Mustang 29-yard line. So that's another pickup of about 17 yards. And the Zizzers moving the ball now, starting to feel the confidence coming back to the Zizzer sideline.
Absolutely, and good throw and catch that time. McCracken was able to find a soft spot in that zone defense and came up underneath it and caught the ball. Nice gain.
Zizzers go with 3 receivers to the left side. 1 receiver. You got Leeser, Miller, and Lair out here. Play clock stop. Snap back. Kinslow throws it out here in the flat to Miller. Miller stops, turns, upfield. Not a lot there. Kind of let people come and get him that time, and they wrap him up for a gain of 1, and it brings up 2nd down and about 9 to go.
That wasn't real pretty, but he was 1 block away from
yes, he was, or
that.
1 missed tackle.
1 missed tackle away, and that's seems to always be the case with Mr. Miller.
When you got the speed that Miller has, or Lair has, or Hafer has, 1 missed tackle, and you can go the distance. Kinslow's going to keep it on the quarterback draw. He gets to the 25-yard line. Ball's loose, and it's going to be recovered by the Mustangs. So the Zizzers turn it over again on a fumble, and the ball 1st and 10 at their own 26 as Kinslow up that time and the Zizzer defense is back on the field with 3:47 to go, and Kinslow's not happy with himself.
Yeah, I mean, he obviously had some heavy traffic in there, but unfortunately copped it up, and the Zizzers shooting themselves in the foot once again between penalties and turnovers. this may not be a close game at all.
2 turnovers, 4 big penalties tonight for the West Plains Zizzers, but they still lead 20-7, 3:47 to go here in the first half, and they are on top. Not a pessimist, but we're still ahead by 13 points.
Yes.
Wide receiver to the right side. Martin throws a quick out. Caught there by number 4, the wide receiver, who is hit immediately by the Zizzers. That's Cross Dowd. Dowd out to the 30. They're going to give him the 31. He never crossed the 30.
Very generous spot this time. And
my gosh.
They gave him the Ford Progress Plus some.
Yeah. It's a good thing they don't have replay in high school. That would take forever, wouldn't
man.
it? Oh, we'd be here till midnight. Clock runs down to 3:15. Martin in the backfield by himself. Martin looks to the right, throws it to the right, out here in the flat. It's caught once again by the wide receiver Dowd, and guess who's there? Should we say anything?
Jason Lopez.
Jason Lopez.
Absolutely.
Came up and makes the tackle. Him and Drown there to make the play. No gain on the play, and it brings up 3rd down and about 6 to go. You know, if Lopez was 6'2" and 210, he wouldn't be on this field.
No.
Mustangs on a 3rd and 6. Zizzers with 3 defensive backs to the right side. They're playing man coverage. Martin back to throw. Pressure comes, gets out of it. Made the tackle. Oh, but Lair says, you won't get out of that one. And Lair makes the tackle, and he is fired up. And so are the Zizzer defense as Martin takes the loss back to the 27-yard line, brings up 4th down, and about 9 to go. That was a pop.
Yeah, and you got to like to see that out of one of our senior leaders on the field. Came up, made a huge play, and he is trying to get this team fired up. We're going to get the ball back here.
Yeah, we're at the 2-minute mark.
Wrong.
Play clock, or the game clock runs down inside 2. Snap back, kick, low line drive. It's going to hit at the 45. Takes a high hop, and the Zizzers get away. Mustangs covered at the 38-yard line. So West Plains has the football. 1:46 to go in the first half with an opportunity to put points on the board. And the Zizzers need points right here.
Yeah, the points right here would bust it wide open, and we would be in the driver's seat in the second half. Of course, McDonald County is going to get the ball back
to start the second half.
That's for sure. So this is a very important drive for the West Plains Zizzers.
West Plains has the football, 1:46 to go in the first half. And snap back. Kinslow looks down the middle, throws it underneath to Miller. Almost intercepted as the ball went through Miller's hands. And it's a 2nd down and 10 for the West Plains Zizzers.
Thrown just slightly behind Miller that time, had to turn back to try to catch the ball, and it slipped through his hands, and we are very lucky that that is not McDonald County's ball right now.
No kidding. 2nd down and 10. The ball resting at the 37-yard line. Kinslow. Pressure comes up the middle. He throws it down the sideline. In and out of the hands. Knocked away as Miller went to go get it. And the defensive back made a nice play. Leeser was also down there. I didn't know who he was throwing it to, but falls incomplete, and it's 3rd down and 10. Clock stopped with 1:36 to go here in quarter number 2.
Miller popped open really late that time, but that was a great play by the defensive back from McDonald County that time.
If he doesn't get a hand on that one, Miller's going to go about 63 or 63 yards.
And guess who that defensive back was? Cole Martin, the quarterback.
Cole Martin, the quarterback.
Yeah, he's an athlete.
He's playing strong safety now. Kinslow is going to keep to the left side. Oh, there's going to be a hold right there, but no flags thrown. Kinslow crossed the 50 down to the 45-yard line, and we got away with one.
Well, it can't be good. Be
I'm just going to say
lucky.
this way. That was a better tackle than it was a block, but no flag was thrown.
He had to have tripped.
Yeah. Kinslow, snap back, quick throw to the outside. There's Leeser. Down too near the 1st down marker, so that's a pickup of 9. They're going to mark him at the 35-yard line. Play clock, or the game clock, at 1:14. Zizzers hurry to the line of scrimmage with a chance to put some points on the board before halftime. 1:06 and counting. Zizzers only have 1 timeout. They've used 2. Miller, wide right. Lair wide left. Hafer in the slot. Snap back. Kinslow looks down the middle. Throws it behind Miller, and that ball's incomplete. Stops the clock with a 3rd down and about a yard to go.
No reason to panic here. This is obviously 4-down territory at this point in the game. And so it's 2nd and very short. Stop the clock. Come back to the huddle and play another play.
Play clock at 30. Game clock at 53 seconds to go. And Zizzers come to the field. Lair, wide left. Hafer, wide left. Miller's going to go to the right side, along with Leisure. McCracken, kind of in the slot. Kinslow, the only man back there, takes the snap. He's going to keep it up the middle. He pumps it to the outside. He's got one man to beat, can't do it. It's going to go down at the 30-yard line, but he's got the 1st down, so the clock stops with 44 seconds to go in the half, and it's a 1st and 10 for the West Plains Zizzers at the 30-yard line. Officials put the ball down, give the ready for play signal. Clock starts back up. 1st and 10. Kinslow. Pressure comes. Throws a little out to Lair. Lair with a block. Lair inside the 5. Lair to the 2-yard line. So Lair picks up 28 and stops the clock again. And it's going to be 1st and goal from the 2. And Reed, we punch this one in right here.
Yeah, we need to punch this one in. Great block downfield that time by our big left tackle, Jalen James. Was able to bust Connor Lair free, and another big player by Connor Lair. He's kind of putting the team on his back tonight.
That's right. Zizzers go to the unbalanced line to the right side. That's where Lair's going to head. They do. They hand to Lair. Lair cuts it up inside. Lair's into the end zone. Zizzers score. 23 seconds to go in the half. Puts us up 26-7. Zizzers on top, and that was a big series for the West Plains Zizzers.
Huge series right there to score right before half, and that puts us in the driver's seat, gives us a pretty good cushion coming back into the 2nd half, and we may go for 2 here.
We're going to go for 2 after the mixed extra point on the last Zizzer touchdown, and the Zizzer offense back on the field. Hannibal up on Jeff City, 41-0.
Wow.
We'll be going north.
Yep.
Kinslow rolls right, looks to the end zone. Pressure comes, gets out of it. He's going to roll left. He's going to cut it up. He's going to go into the end zone. Kinslow with a 2-yard run, and that makes it a 28-7 ball game. West Plains on top, and we'll be back in a minute here on the radio, KKDY 102.5.
So it's your turn to cook the holiday meal for the family. Can you really trust your current appliances to handle the job? Get to Brown Furniture and Appliance in downtown West Plains and check out their selection of appliances from some of the biggest, most trusted brands in the industry, like Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, Frigidaire, and LG. Get the appliances you need now and take 24 months to pay them off. No interest with approved credit. Brown Furniture and Appliance, growing with the Ozarks since 1949.
Hirsch Feed and Farm Supply, we have it all for you.
HirschEquipment.com. This is a game changer for anyone looking for equipment. That's because all of Hirsch Feed and Farm Supply's equipment inventory is now listed on one site. You can find tractors, lawn equipment, trailers, livestock equipment, pre-owned inventory, and more. In fact, you can go to the site and get a value of your trade. Now, there's no reason to put it off. Get what you need today with the help of HirschEquipment.com.
The Scissors play here on today's Hot New Country KDY.
Paul Knight back here with Reed Grigsby. We got 23 seconds to go in the halftime. Scissors lead by a score of 28-7. And Grigsby, that was a big score for West Plains right there.
That was one of the bigger scores of the season right there, and that certainly puts an exclamation point on the first half. The wind has picked up, and it's kind of swirling. It was going west to east, but now we have the breeze in our face is going east to west.
Yeah, I was going to say it's coming right in this window we have open.
Right.
And the heat's not getting to us. That's right, folks. We are in a heated booth. Wall to kick it away. Being held there by Reese. Watson Reese holding the ball on the tee. Wall, a little pooch kick. It hits the ground. Oh, this could be interesting. Pick. And it, the Mustangs have to fall on it as the Scissors got close. And the Mustangs will have it 1st and 10 way back at their own 18-yard line.
That was about a perfect squig kick that time by Braden Wall, and it just kind of stayed right in bounds, right on the barrier.
1st and 10 for the Mustangs with 23 seconds to go in the half, and the Zizzers on top by a score of 28-7. And if you're the Mustangs, I think you take the knee and count your losses and go to the locker room.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's a reason I don't coach, but it's hard to say. You know, if they have a passing game like they have.
I was going to say they've also got number 80 that can go deep.
Right.
Malone can go deep against anybody.
You haven't seen a whole lot of number 6, but he's a great wide receiver as well.
Yeah. Wide receivers the right side. Zizzer's back in I'd call a prevent. They got 2 guys standing 20 yards off the ball. Kinslow and Cook way back there. Martin's going to unload. Throws it down the left sideline, and it's caught and knocked out of bounds. The good thing Cook was there because the man catches the ball. Cook knocked him out of bounds at the 49-yard line. So with 16 seconds to go in a halftime, the Mustangs have the ball at the West Plains 49-yard line, and now the Zizzer defense is going to have to think a little bit about this.
Tell you what, that was a great play. That was a great catch right over there on the sideline on the McDonald County side. And they're going to call a timeout and see if they can get their bearings straight and see what they're going to have to do here in 16 seconds.
Instead of going to the studio, we're going to do this little PA announcement. Whether it's balls and strikes, fouls, or flags, your referee and the game officials are a vital part of high school athletics. If you've ever tried your hand at officiating, you know how hard these men and women work, and you certainly know that they would never miss a call intentionally. Keep these things in mind as you attend sporting events. After all, respecting officials and the authority of figures is one of the most valuable lessons that we can teach our students. This message has been brought to you by our friends at KKDY and the Missouri State High School Activities Association. And Reed, you know, it's kind of ironic that here we are, you know, in the state playoffs, and the Activities Association does such a fine job of making sure people are aware who plays where and where they play next. And like I said, looks like the Zizzers are going to be headed to Hannibal next Friday evening, and hope you enjoy that drive.
Yeah, and you know the rumor is out there we're going to have a special guest on
I was going to say we're not going to go anywhere except for the fact that we're going to have a special play-by-play in Hannibal. Martin's going to throw it down the sideline, and that's not anywhere close. 32 for the West Plains Zizzers. Good defense there by Landon Casey. Ball was intended there for the wide receiver, number 5, who we've talked about, and it's going to bring up second down, but more importantly, there's just 11 seconds on the clock.
This is one of those times in the game where you cannot afford to give up a big penalty. Not only stop the clock, but it gives them a big yardage. And, so we're going to have to play good, disciplined defense right here with 11 seconds left.
Do not let anybody get behind you.
Do not. Whatever you do.
Miller's playing free safety.
Good
also
guy.
playing safety is Kinslow. Zizzers go with 4 defensive linemen. Pressure comes from up the middle. And Martin's going to be, he has not been tackled. Now he finally is. His Lair gets all over him on the sideline. End of the first half as the quarterback Martin was tackled inbounds. So that's the end of half number 1. Zizzers on top, 28-7. And Reed, a very good first half for the West Plains Zizzers after kind of what I would call a slow start.
Kind of a slow start, and it hadn't been the prettiest of games thus far, but we're able to make big plays when we needed big plays, and we're up pretty big at halftime.
Up 28-7. We'll be back in 3 minutes here at halftime on the radio, KKDY 102.5.
In the world today, love begins in the heart of the home. For the love of cabinets, the Mayfields would love to make your dreams a reality, where functionality and creativity meets authenticity. Allow Troy and I to help transform your kitchen and bathrooms with quality custom-built cabinetry, and let the love in your home shine. Follow us on Facebook, give us a call, check out our website, fortheloveofcabinets.com. With over 20-plus years of experience, we are blessed to bring our love of homes to West Plains. Go Zizzers!
Hey, bro, check this out. Whoa! I know, dude. It's this Pepsi Wild Cherry, man.
Here, hand me one. I gotta try it.
See, I told you. Here, last one for good measure. Uh-oh. Dude, that was Mr. Flanagan's mailbox. Let's bail. Okay.
Pepsi Wild Cherry. Explosively cherry. Pepsi Wild Cherry will not actually blow things up, but will cause an explosion of flavor in your mouth. Now offering Pepsi multi-packs at participating locations.
Hirsch Feed and Farm Supply, we have it all for you.
HirschEquipment.com. This is a game changer for anyone looking for equipment. That's because all of Hirsch Feed and Farm Supply's equipment inventory is now listed on one site. You can find tractors, lawn equipment, trailers, livestock equipment, pre-owned inventory, and more. In fact, you can go to the site and get a quote and get the value of your trade. Now, there's no reason to put it off. Get what you need today with the help of HirschEquipment.com.
A semi broke down on the highway means a delivery isn't going to make it on time, and it might mean Dad won't make it home for his son's game this weekend. At TLG Peterbilt in Willow Springs, uptime all the time means we have the part for your truck repair, and we deliver, getting you back on the road and home for the game.
Hey, this is Damon with TLG Peterbilt in Willow Springs. We proudly support our West Plains Zizzers.
West Plains Propane at the corner of Lincoln Avenue and Broadway is always ready to help you out. No one ever described an inviting home as cold and cozy, and West Plains Propane will make sure it never does. Wherever you are in West Plains and surrounding area, give us a call and we'll help you out. Call us at 417-256-3470 for a free estimate. West Plains Propane, making sure our customers are our warmest friends.
You may not need an electrician every day, but when you do, choose SRS Electric in West Plains. Sean and his crew at SRS Electric will get the job done. They're dependable, reliable, and honest. Whether you need a new house wired, you need new light fixtures installed, or just simple repairs, remember SRS Electric. Find out why people recommend SRS Electric in West Plains. Find them on Facebook or call 274-0787.
Ozark Conference football excitement continues now with the Zizzers on KDY.
Paul Knight back here at the Hirsch Feed and Farm Supply halftime show. And Reed, we don't have a guest or anything. We'll just kind of talk a little bit. But the Zizzers come out on top by a score of 28-7 as they jumped out to an early 7-0 lead. But the Mustangs came right back. Well, I shouldn't say right back. They scored just near the end of the first quarter to make it 7-7. But the second quarter belonged to West Plains. They scored 3 times on a big play by Lair, a big play by Hafer, and then the short run by Lair that was set up by a long play by Lair. So the Zizzers lead 28-7 here at halftime. And when you look at things, like I said, Zizzers started out kind of slow, but they kind of came on in the second quarter there.
Yeah, huge second quarter by the West Plains Zizzers for sure. McDonald County, actually, they showed up to play. And a couple plays here or there, and this game would be much tighter. But, West Plains Zizzers, when it comes down to needing a big play, we've found that big play, and therefore we're up 3 scores.
And we've played around 4 major penalties.
Yes.
When I say major, 15-yarders. Yeah, and 2 turnovers, and we still lead 28-7. We'll be back in 2 minutes with more here on the halftime on the radio, KKDY 102.5.
Hey Reese, you know how we all have those neighbors who like to borrow tools and stuff, and we oblige them? But what's the rule when someone comes over to borrow our Coyote tractor? Especially if it's one of the new Tier 4 models that has more power and uses less fuel compared to our Tier 3 models.
Well, I would think that's where we have to draw the line.
Kinda awkward, right?
Yeah, but our advice for when he asks can be, with all the great deals and financing going on at Lynch Equipment, you can nicely tell him to go buy his own.
Sounds like a plan. So stop in and see our parents, Scott and Crystal Brown, at Lynch Equipment in West Plains.
Driving in the fall and winter months can be challenging. You never know what Mother Nature will bring each day. Make sure your tires have plenty of tread. Give Wilbanks Tire a chance to sell you a new set of tires. Once you buy a set of tires from Wilbanks Tire, you can come in anytime for free tire rotation for the life of your tires. So once a customer of Wilbanks Tire, you will always be a customer of Wilbanks Tire. Wilbanks Tire, 201 West 2nd Street in West Plains.
Wiles Title would love to thank all of our customers and the community for 50 years of choosing us.
Hi, I'm Dennis Helmick. I'm a real estate investor and real estate attorney from Seattle, Washington. I highly recommend Wiles Title. We've done over 15 transactions very successfully. Professionalism and pleasantness is really what characterizes their service.
Wiles Title, located on the square, downtown West Plains, celebrating their 50th year in business. It's your choice. Make the right choice and choose Wiles Title.
Free feels good, especially when it's checking from West Plains Bank and Trust Company. And when we say free, we mean free. Free mobile banking with deposit, free bill pay, free e-statements, and a free Zizzer debit card that gives back to the school with each purchase at a retailer. But wait, there's more. Get a free gift just for opening a new account. Refer a friend who opens an account and you both get a free gift. View account details at westplainsbank.com. West Plains Bank and Trust Company. Member FDIC.
It's back to the field for more Zizzer football action on Hot Country KDY.
Paul Knight back here with Reed Grigsby. We're on the Hearst Feed and Farm Supply halftime show. The West Plains Zizzers lead the McDonald County Mustangs 28-7. And Reed, I'm looking down there and look at those flags that the flag girls are holding. The wind is straight out of the west, and somebody's freezing to death.
Got Dr. Wes Davis up here in the booth with us.
And the Zizzers lead 28-7 here on a windy, chilly night from Zizzer Stadium, the McDonald. We talked a little bit about it in the first half. The Zizzers' big plays have set things up tonight for them on the big play, and they've done a pretty good job of keeping the Mustangs in control.
Yeah, absolutely. That Cole Martin, the quarterback for McDonald County, is the real deal, and he honestly has kind of been a one-man show for McDonald County thus far. Seems like when we don't get pressure on him, he's able to find an open receiver. When we do get pressure on him, he
gets out of it.
He gets out of it.
Yeah.
He's able to get nice yardage just with his feet. So he's one to watch the second half. Of course, last year he was a great quarterback too. So he's improved this year. And obviously we got a ball game going on. Even though the score doesn't seem like it, the game seems like it's tighter than 28-7.
It does. I mean, like I said, the second quarter has been the big difference in the ball game. Zizzers outscored the Mustangs in the second quarter by a score of 21-0 as we're here at halftime. Speaking of halftime, we've got more commercials we've got to take care of because we got a bunch of people that like to listen to the Zizzer football here on KKDY, and we're going to take another 3-minute break and bring you some more of those spots on the radio, KKDY 102.5.
Hey, honey, you see him?
Yeah, I see him.
Well, shoot him. You got him! Outpost Motorsports in downtown West Plains has side-by-sides in stock ready for deer season. Stop in and see the High Sun Sector 550. To get deep into the woods to haul out that trophy buck this season. The High Sun Sector comes standard with top and one later. Stop by Outpost Motorsports next to the Civic Center in West Plains and check out the full line of side-by-sides in stock now, or check them out online at outpostmotorsports.com.
And there's a flag on the play.
Dr. Edwin Roeder of Ozarks Healthcare Orthopedics and Spine is proud to be the Zizzer team physician. The team at Ozarks Healthcare sends best wishes to all Zizzer athletes for safe play and for exceptional sportsmanship. Ozarks Healthcare hopes you stay healthy, but if injuries happen, Dr. Roeder and the rest of his team are there to help you with your recovery. Ozarks Healthcare Orthopedics and Spine, a proud supporter of Zizzer Athletics.
It's not just a home or a car. It's the 5 hours you spent in the kitchen mastering your epic wing recipe and the 3-hour family road trip to the tailgate party. While other insurance companies just see them as a bundle or a combo, State Farm agent Justin Shelby and his team see your home and car as the time and memories you put into them. Justin and his team understand what your things really mean to you and is here to help you give them the protection they deserve.
For all your home and auto insurance needs, talk to me, State Farm agent Justin Shelby, and my team in West Plains and in Houston.
It's where to go and buy your car. Great service and best price by far. In West Plains Mo, it's where we are. Taylor Grubaugh Chevrolet in West Plains.
I'm Taylor Grubaugh. I started in the car business washing cars in high school with the dream of being a Chevrolet dealer. And now, nearly 20 years later, I'm here in West Plains and proud to serve this community for years to come as your Chevrolet Buick GMC dealer.
Get great buys from nice guys. Find new roads at Taylor Grubaugh Chevy Buick and GMC.
Brown Furniture and Appliance in downtown West Plains wants to help you get ready for the holidays. Check out the selection of dining room tables and chairs in all different sizes to accommodate your family times. And right now, while supplies last, you can get a chair. Get 24 months, same as cash financing with approved credit. And don't forget their Christmas decor. Brown Furniture and Appliance, growing with the Ozarks since 1949.
More than just a tire store. Don's Auto Service.
In the market for new tires? If they're worn, now is the time to replace them with new Goodyear tires before foul weather strikes. And be ready for challenging road conditions caused by the weather. Right now, Goodyear is offering up to $100 back. Plus, get an added rebate of up to $100 more when your purchase is made on the Goodyear card. Stop in and see them today or go online to donsautoservice.com.
When you think about anything for the office, think Bureau. Whenever you need office furniture, paper, pens, forms, or files, think Bureau. Of course, if you need janitorial supplies, think Bureau. And if you need it delivered to save yourself some time, think Bureau. So for anything in the office, think Bureau. See them just off the square in West Plains or online at thinkbureau.com. Bureau, 202 West Main Street, 256-6808.
West Plains football continues now on Hot Country KDY.
Paul Knight back here at halftime with Reed Grigsby. We got about 4.5 minutes to go till the second half kickoff. And Reed, we were talking a little bit with Dr. Davis when it is Davis. Yeah. For some reason, I had it in my head who it was. Anyway, we were talking a little bit, and he was talking about how chilly it is out there.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, they brought in some heaters for the people standing in line buying tickets earlier, and the wind kept blowing them out, so they moved them to the concession area. But there's all kinds of people out there trying to stay warm. There's a lot of people who went to the car.
Time to kind of warm up and come back in the second half, and the Zizzer band's on the time routine is now they're headed to the sidelines, and we got about 3 minutes to go before the teams have to be out here. And then we've got the mandatory 3-minute warm-up. And Reed, we talked a little bit about it kind of through the game, the fact that West Plains didn't really get off to a fast start, and but they came on in the second quarter and they're in control. I mean, it's 28-7. They lead by 21 points, and but the Mustangs get the football to start the second half.
Yeah, I mean, coming out of the game, it looked like we were just a little rusty. We were, missing some passes, and there were some drop balls, and just were not playing very good. But credit to McDonald County, the reason we didn't look very good is because they came in fired up, and they were ready to play. They've been playing some nice defense, and they've been up in our face, and they haven't made it easy on us, I can tell you that much.
They haven't made it easy, and that's why they're in the district finals. And you talked a little bit about in the pregame the fact that the Mustang program has suffered.
Yes.
It really suffered a lot the last 25, 30 years, and it's been a long time since they've been this good. And, of course, the folks over there in southwest Missouri, the very corner of southwest Missouri, are pretty proud of this bunch, and you can see it on the far sideline as the bleachers on the far side are full.
Yeah, and I hope that, if any of those folks over there are listening to us, welcome to West Plains, and I'm glad you made the trip. You certainly have a team to be proud of, and this has been a fun game so far.
Fun game so far. We're going to take one more 2-minute break here on the radio, KKDY, as the teams come to the field. Here on the radio, KKDY 102.5.
The Dream Factory of South Central Missouri and Northern Arkansas are making dreams come true for critically and chronically ill children. Our local Dream Factory would like to make a donation or know a child that is chronically ill in our area. Dream come true. Please call 417-255-5615. This is a not-for-profit organization.
In the world today, love begins in the heart of the home. For the love of cabinets, the Mayfields would love to make your dreams a reality, where functionality and creativity meets authenticity. Allow Troy and I to help transform your kitchen and bathrooms with quality custom-built cabinetry, and let the love in your home shine. Follow us on Facebook, give us a call, check out our website, fortheloveofcabinets.com. With over 20-plus years of experience, we are blessed to bring our love of homes to West Plains. Go Zizzers!
256-7628. That's the number for J&J Recovery and Towing. Make J&J Recovery your first call when you break down or have an accident. No matter what time, 24/7, they'll answer the phone and they'll get there fast. And J&J Recovery and Towing will take it to the destination of your choosing. So for fast, reliable towing, anytime, day or night, call J&J Recovery and Towing, 256-7628.
Here's a story about Joey McDougal and the 3 Coyote tractors. He sat down on a big 73 horsepower Coyote RX 7320. This is awesome, he said, but let me guess, it's a little too big. So he sat on a 24 horsepower CK 2510, but yeah, I know, it's a little too small. So next he sat on a 45 horsepower NX 4510. This is awesome, he said, I'll take it. Stop by Lynch Equipment in West Plains to see a full line of Coyote tractors with fuel efficient engines, and we promise you will find one that's just right for you.
Now it's more Zizzer football excitement on Hot Country KDY.
Paul Knight back here at halftime on the Hearst Feed and Farm Supply halftime show. And tonight's game, when you attend a high school game, do you stand at the attention during the national by the opposing team? If your team loses, do you take it all well in stride? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you're showing positive examples of sportsmanship. Don't forget that when you attend a high school sports event, young eyes are watching you for examples of accepted behavior. By making a conscious effort, you'll be helping our students grow into better citizens. This message was brought to you by our friends at the Missouri State High School Activities Association and, of course, the good folks at KKDY. And Reed, you talk a little bit about sportsmanship and all that kind of stuff. And the Zizzers tonight have had 2 unsportsmanlike late hits. One of them was out of bounds. One of them was on the quarterback and that kind of stuff. See football. Sometimes you get a situation where things like that happen.
Yeah, absolutely. And you'd much rather get a penalty just because you're playing overly aggressive than you would, getting in a fight or doing something ignorant. So, those, we can kind of chalk those up to aggressive play, and you kind of go back and say, hey, don't do that anymore, and hopefully we can clean it up in the second half.
Well, we talked a little bit about this morning with Coach Perkins on the coaches show with Gary Lee on I can't remember what we're on.
KDY?
No, not KDY.
Oh, with Gary Lee.
We're Gary Lee in the morning. That's
KUKU?
No, KSPQ.
KSPQ.
We're on KSPQ 7 o'clock on Friday mornings on the coaches show, and it's kind of fun to talk to Coach Perkins Friday morning and the day of the game and that kind of stuff. And we talked a little bit about the fact that you come into this game and you feel confident, and because they've played really well the last 4 weeks after the Lebanon game where they didn't play well, and he was confident, but yet you have that little hesitation where you don't know what the outcome's going to be. And he talked about the fact that it always feels better once you get on the field, and the fact that you get things started, the juices kind of flow.
Yeah, absolutely. Your game plan kind of comes together, and then the whole week worth of planning and watching tape and all that good stuff kind of comes to fruition. But yeah, you're exactly right. McDonald County being 10-1 and coming in, beating some good teams, you never really know what you're going to get. And they certainly showed up to play. And like I said, before, this game feels closer than what it actually is because McDonald County's playing well.
McDonald County's played well. It's 28-7. We got about 3 minutes, or we got 30 seconds to go until the second half kickoff. We're just going to keep it right here as the Zizzers and the Mustangs get ready to go in the second half. And West Plains, of course, leads 28-7. They scored one time. Both teams scored once in the first quarter. Zizzer scored 3 times in the second quarter to take that 21-point lead. And Reed, it'd be nice to get 2 more touchdowns and be out of here about 9:30?
Yeah, about 9:30. I'll be home about 9:35.
I'll be home about 10:35.
Yeah, my friend Paul here has got a much longer drive home than I do.
Anyway, both teams are on the field. They've done their mandatory warm-ups. Coaches on the Zizzer sideline have huddled together. They're getting their plane ready to go. Mustangs will receive the second half kickoff here on KKDY 102.5, the home of the Zizzers. Speaking of that, I know the Grizzlies are played this evening. I don't know the score because they played at 6. And folks, there is just a lot of stuff. Pay attention to Ozark Radio Network because they bring you Missouri football. They bring you the Blues. They bring you the Zizzers. They bring you the Grizzlies, the Willow Springs Bears, Mountain View Liberty Eagles.
Kabul Bulldogs.
Kabul Bulldogs. No, not it's the Bulldogs. It's Houston Tigers.
Houston Tigers.
Yeah.
Yep.
And now their seasons are over, but on the same token, the Ozark Radio Network is happy to bring you these games here on the radio. Zizzers are going to kick it away. Number 16, that is Braden Wall, going to put it down at the 40-yard line. He's going to approach the ball. Mustangs have 2 men deep. This time it's going to go a high one. It's going to hit at the ground on the 15, picked up there by the Mustangs. Up the middle of the field they come and hit hard once again by the Zizzers in red, and it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Mustangs at their own 26-yard line.
Nobody ever, the special teams are kind of easy to gloss over. We've had really good special teams play this year, especially on kickoff coverage. Haven't seen a whole lot of big returns out of opposing teams this year.
Zizzers the Mustangs have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 25. They mark it. And back at the quarterback position, that's number 12, Cole Martin, to set things up. Zizzer defense, 4 linemen, 3 linebackers. Martin throws a slant. It's going to be caught and hit immediately by the Zizzer defense. That's Malone, and he was tackled hard by Kinslow. Is that Kinslow or Cook?
Hayden Cook.
Hayden Cook came up from his safety position, made a nice tackle after a gain of 6.
And those are the kind of hits that, the wide receiver starts hearing those footsteps.
Yes. Next time the ball comes a little close to him.
Yes.
Mustangs come to the line of scrimmage. We're inside 11:25 to go in the third quarter. Martin in the backfield by himself. He's talking to one of his wide receivers in front of the Zizzer bench. Zizzers bring pressure. Ball snapped high over Martin's head. He has to fall on it. And, of course, the Zizzers fall on him. And that brings up a 3rd down and a long way to go now after a loss of 12 on the play. Takes it all the way back to the 18-yard line. They've got to get to the 36, so it's going to bring up a 3rd and 18. And when you're down by 21, those kind of plays hurt.
Yeah, they hurt bad, and that's really the first big mistake by McDonald County the whole game. They haven't had any turnovers, no big penalties, but just that high snap.
Cole Martin in the backfield. 3rd and 18. Martin looks down the right side. Pressure comes up the middle. Throws the ball down the middle. It's going to be over the head of the intended receiver. And guess who's back there defending in the secondary? Number 36,
Jason
Lopez. Outside linebacker covering the receiver down the middle of the field. And it's going to bring up a punting situation for the Mustangs. And the Zizzer defense did their job on the very first series.
That was a big stand right there. That kind of to hold them back in their own territory on the first possession of the second half. We're going to get good field position here and see what we can do with our chances.
Back to punt are the Mustangs. Lair stands at the 50. Good snap, slight pressure, low line drive. It hits and takes a big bounce, and Lair catches it on the bounce. Up the sideline he goes, and he's hemmed in and tackled at the 43-yard line, where it's going to be 1st and 10 for the West Plains Zizzers offense, their first possession of the second half.
Lair does a good job of watching that ball hit the ground and seeing which way it bounces. And if it bounces his way, there's a lot of times he picks it up and sees what he can do with it. And don't you know that freaks out the coverage team when they see that big man catch that ball.
1st and 10 for the West Plains Zizzers at the Mustang 44-yard line. So the Zizzers have good field position as we start the third quarter of tonight's ball game, the district finals. Of course, the winner, as we have already talked about, headed to Hannibal as they lead Jeff City 41-0 at halftime. Lair in the backfield with Kinslow. Lair gets the faked handoff. Kinslow looks to throw. Down the middle he goes. It's caught. No, it's knocked away just behind the intended receiver. A nice play made there by number 80, Levi Malone, who's wide receiver, defensive back. Knocked it out of Miller's hands at the very last minute.
Just a little bit behind Miller that time, and I bet Kinslow was wanting that ball back, wanting that chance back, because that was very close to 6 points.
That could have been 6 real easy because Miller had a step or two on Malone. Second down, clock stop, 10:15 to go, third quarter. Hand off to Miller. Miller to the left side, cuts to the outside, gets across the 40 down to the 36-yard line. up 8, and it brings up a 3rd down and 2 for the West.
Up 8 yards quicker than about anybody I've ever seen. So sometimes it looks like he's going nowhere, and oh, it was an 8-yard gain.
Yeah. Picks up 8, brings up 2nd and 2. The ball at the 36. They got to get to the 34 for a 1st and 10. Kinslow in the backfield, unbalanced line left. That means they may run this way. And who's going to run it? Nobody. Kinslow fakes the handoff. He wants the right. He's going to have to get to the outside, and he does. Kinslow just uses his athletic ability down the sideline. Goes Kinslow. Kinslow skips into the end zone, and that's going to cost him 15.
Yeah. Can't do that in high school.
No, you can't do that.
Really
and it's
can't
not a touchdown. They're not going to call the touchdown. They threw the flag. Let's see what they call here. They didn't give the touchdown signal. So what do we got here? We got an unsportsmanlike. Oh, I hate those.
Oh, I do too.
Oh.
That wipes 6 points off the board potentially. Yep. We'll see what they say here.
Officials are talking it over with the Mustang staff. Coach Perkins having a conversation with the
and that's one of those conversations.
Touchdown is good.
All right.
So the score counts.
Touchdown is good.
And that's a, what do we call that, a 36-yard run? Yeah.
I mean, other than the high step going to the end zone, that was a great play by Kinslow that time, and he was able to get out into space and made one guy miss, and then he just uses his speed, and he is a very, very good athlete and was able to get 6 points.
They're probably going to take that penalty on the kickoff, which will put the ball back at the 25-yard line where the kickoff will come from. In to attempt the extra point is Larson. Kicks away. This one looks good from here. Officials agree with me this time. We'll be back in 1 minute here on the radio, KKDY 102.5.
Hey, bro, check this out. Whoa! I know, dude. It's this Pepsi Wild Cherry, man.
Here, hand me one. I gotta try it.
See, I told you. Here, last one for good measure.
Uh-oh.
Dude, that was Mr. Flanagan's mailbox.
Let's bail.
Okay.
Pepsi Wild Cherry. Explosively cherry. Pepsi Wild Cherry will not actually blow things up, but will cause an explosion of flavor in your mouth. Now offering Pepsi multi-packs at participating locations.
Fall is the best time to buy a Kubota tractor. Get a great deal on select Kubota tractors rated #1 in dependability and ease of operation at Edgeler and Harper Farm Equipment, serving the Mountain Grove and West Plains area for over 40 years. Right now, put 0 down and get 0 APR for 84 months, plus save up to $1,400 at Edgeler and Harper.
Hi, this is John Edgeler. Remember, we are 2 names you can trust, Edgeler and Harper and Kubota, West Plains and Mountain Grove.
The Zizzers play here. KDY.
Paul Knight back here with Reed Grigsby. The Zizzers as they go in on the 36-yard run by Kinslow. Unfortunately, unsportsmanlike conduct for skipping in is going to cost them 15 yards on the kickoff, so the Mustangs will have good field position regardless unless they fumble, which would really help out.
That would, that could help us out quite a bit.
Wall to kick it away. Little pooch kick down the right side, and it's going to go out of bounds. Now, what are they going to do with this one? Normally, they'll start on the 35. So, with the 15-yard penalty, did they start on the 50?
I don't know.
We'll see where they put this ball.
That's a great question.
And the officials, they're meeting.
They might have to bust out the book on this one.
And they're going to put the ball at the... They're going to put it where... Nope, they did put it at the 50-yard line. Oh, they're putting it at the 49. Why would you put it at the 49? We don't know. Anyway, it's 1st and 10 for the Mustangs at the West Plains 49-yard line on the kickoff that goes out of bounds.
Is it a 5-yard penalty from the spot of the ball?
I think, no, it's supposed to be put on the 35 if you kick out of bounds.
Mm-hmm.
And then but we kicked off from the 25 instead of the 40. Anyway, 1st and 10 Mustangs at the Zizzer 49. Inside handoff. That's the first time we've seen that, and I know why. Because the big running back, number 25 for the Mustangs, That is Destin Dowd, picked up 1. No, he picked up none. No gain. 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, I believe that's the first handoff of the game.
First handoff. The quarterback, Martin, has either run it or thrown it. And now the Zizzers lead by 35 minutes to go here in quarter number 3. Mustangs come to the line of scrimmage. Martin calls for the ball. He looks left. He's going to keep it up the middle, and he's going to go nowhere as the Zizzer defense is there to make the stop. No gain on the play, maybe a loss of 1, and brings up 3rd down and 10.
It looks like our defensive line is finally gaining the advantage there in the trenches. Early on, McDonald County came fired up, and they were able to handle our defensive line fairly easily, but looks like they're either getting tired or we're getting stronger.
I was going to say, I think they've got several guys going 2 ways, but we're not going to take anything away from the Zizzer defensive line. They've been doing a good job tonight.
Absolutely.
3rd down and 10, the ball at the 50-yard line. Martin looks left, rolls left, pressure comes, throws it down the sideline, and they're going to call nothing. Out of bounds, incomplete. It's going to be a 4th down and 10. The ball's resting squarely at the 50-yard line. Mustangs are going to go for it. What else you got to do right here? Trail by a score of 35-7. There's 7:54 to go in the 3rd quarter. Got to make things happen, and this could be a big play for the Mustangs if they pick it up. If not, the Zizzers are going to have an opportunity to go put the old turbo clock into motion. And I probably just jinxed us.
Yeah, you did. Thanks.
I did. Thank you. 7:54, 4th and 10 from the 50. Martin looks to the right, pressure up the middle. He throws it down the left sideline, and it's going to be over the head of the intended receiver, intended there for number 80, Levi Malone. And the first at the 50-yard line is a little conversation going on between the Mustangs.
Yeah, I'd like to think they were probably swapping recipes for Thanksgiving or something.
I think they were talking about the pumpkin pie.
Yeah.
Maybe the pecan pie.
Yeah. Candied yams.
Yep. Do you like marshmallows with yours, or do you like them just plain?
I'm not a big yam guy, I'll just be honest with you.
I don't think they are either. 1st and 10, 7:49 to go, 3rd quarter. Zizzers on top, 35-7. Kinslow in the ball game. I think that's Miller back there with him, isn't it? It is Miller. Miller comes this way. Miller gets a block. Miller gets out of there, and it's going to be a sprint. And this time, Miller gets chased down, drugged down at the 20. Where are they going to mark him? 23-yard line, and it's a 1st and 10 for the West Plains Zizzers, and a nice run by Miller down the left side in front of the Zizzer bench.
And really a good play by McDonald County. So many times this year we've seen Miller take that one all the way to the house, but they were able to get a nice angle on him and pin him up against the sideline and make a nice tackle.
Well, Malone, number 80, I don't think he's left the field much.
No.
Neither is Martin, number 12. Neither is number 4, Dowd. 1st and 10 for the Zizzers at the Mustang 22-yard line. Lair comes into the backfield, back out he goes. Play clock at 0. They get it away, snap down the middle. It's going to be incomplete, intended there for number 39. That is Carter McCracken. McCracken was open, but the ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage and just didn't quite get there in time. So it's 2nd down and 10 from the 22.
McCracken was certainly open for sure, and somebody was able to get the paw up there and knock it away.
Kinslow in the field by himself. Let's see, we got 2 receivers left, 3 receivers to the ball. Quick slant out here to Lair. Lair gets a block from Hafer, and Hafer knocked the guy right into Lair, and that's going to be a pickup of, they're going to mark it at the 13, which will make it they're going to say it's a 1st and 10 for the West Plains Zizzers down to the 13-yard line.
Really good block by Hafer that time. If he would have pushed him about 6 inches the other direction, that would have been 6.
That would have been Lair in the end zone.
Yep.
Lair out wide left. Kinslow in the backfield by himself. He's going to let the play clock down inside 10. Takes a snap. Looks left, throws left. Into the end zone. It's caught by Hafer. No. The defensive back. And, well, now the officials are going to consult. And what they say.
I think they're going to discuss whether he had possession before he went out of bounds because he caught that ball. I just don't. Nope, they're going to call it incomplete.
Call it incomplete. Yeah. So it's going to be a second down, ball at the 13-yard line with 6:41 to go here in quarter number 3.
I think he bobbled it just slightly right before he fell out of bounds.
Just before he hit the ground?
Yeah.
These end zones, the last 2 or 3 yards is kind of in the dark.
Yeah, it is.
Kinslow calls for the ball. Quick throw out there to nobody. He was in between Hafer and Lair both, and that ball's incomplete. And it's going to be 3rd down and 10 from the 13-yard line.
I think that ball just kind of got away from Kinslow that time. He wasn't able to keep his hand on top of it, and off it went.
Ball at the 13-yard line. It's 3rd down and 10. Zizzer's defense. Can you imagine when you played, Reed, going to the sideline and watching the video?
Yeah, no kidding. I've been just amazed at that all season.
Yeah. They go to the sideline and watch the video of what they just came off the field with. Lair to the right side. Lair up the middle. He's inside the 5. Lair. Touchdown from 13 yards out. And it's West Plains 41, Mack County 7.
Is that his 3rd or 4th score of the night? I kind of don't recall, but he has certainly been a beast this game. Anytime he's able to touch the ball, then he can make something happen. What a fun kid to watch.
Connor Lair from 13 yards out, and the Zizzers are going to kick the extra point. Chance to go up by 35, which means turbo clock will start with the kickoff. Ball kicked up, looks good to me. Officials agree. It's a 42-7 ball game. We'll be back in 1 minute here on the radio, KKDY 102.5.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends. Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 290,000 participants here in Missouri who take part in high school sports or activities.
8-7. Ozark Conference football excitement continues now with the Zizzers on KDY.
Paul Knight back here with Reed Grigsby. The Zizzers lead by a score of 42-7, so the turbo clock will start here with this next play. Kick down to the 11-yard line, taken by the Mustangs. Up the middle he comes, and there he's met immediately. Ball was taken there by number 4, across Dowd, and Dowd's hit at about the 20-yard line. They're going to mark him all the way up to the 24, and it's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Mustangs from their own 30, make it 24-yard line, and the clock continues to roll as we close in on 6 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter.
Big stop that time by Jason Lopez, once again on special teams.
He is everywhere.
Yes. Folks, if you haven't been out to Zizzer Stadium or if you're not watching the telecast, he is a fun football player.
He's fun to watch. He really is. He's got, as Coach Perkins talks about, a high motor. He's got one. And his is running about 5,000 RPM all the time. Mustangs, man in motion across the formation. Fake the handoff. Up the middle goes the quarterback, Martin. He's going to be hit for a loss of 1, and that's going to bring up a 2nd down and 11 from their own 23-yard line as we're inside 5:30 to go in the 3rd quarter, and the clock continues to run. Mustangs came over here with high hopes, and at the end of the 1st quarter, they still had high hopes. Unfortunately, West Plains has scored the last 5 touchdowns to take a 42-7 lead as we're inside 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. West Plains on top, 42-7. Mustangs with the ball thrown, 23. Martin, the quarterback in the field, back by himself. Looks to the right, throws it out here. It's going to be over the head of the intended receiver as once again, one of the Zizzers. I think was that Foster again?
Miles Foster, yep.
Foster, 6'4". It's kind of hard to throw over him.
It really is, and he's done a really good job this game for sure, getting his big paws up in the air and knocking the ball around.
Third down and 11. Ball at the 23-yard line. Play clock inside 4:20 to go in the third quarter.
Down, and the Zizzers are on defense.
Mustangs looking at a 3rd and 11 from their own 23. Martin has help in the backfield this time as Dowd's back here with him. Martin looks right, looks left, screen pass. Got the man out there, that's Dowd, and Dowd's going to be hit, dropped at the 26-yard line. So he picks up 3, and that brings up 4th down and about 7-8 to go. And punting unit comes on the field for the Mustangs. So the Zizzer defense does their job as the play clock continues to run, and the game clock's inside 3:40.
Defense has done an excellent job this game, and McDonald County has the ability to score a lot of points, and they have thus far this season, and they hadn't had a lot of opportunities in this game.
Kicks away, low line drive, hits at the 45, and this time Lair gets out of the way, and the ball goes all the way down to the 32-yard line where West Plains will have it. 1st and 10 at their own 32, and the play clock or the game clock is inside 3:10 to go in the third quarter. West Plains on top, 42-7.
The game clock is rolling.
And they didn't stop it with a change of possession.
Right.
I like this crew.
Oh, yeah.
Zizzer offense back on the field. They lead by a score of 42-7. We've got turbo clock action. You know, and one thing that Coach Perkins mentioned today was the fact that since the loss to Lebanon where we gave up 44, the Zizzers have given up an average of 4 points a game.
Yeah.
And tonight's not much difference. They gave up the early well, I shouldn't say early, but gave up the touchdown. Oh, my. Miller wide open down the middle of the field and hit his hands, and he didn't hang on to it.
Yeah, it was just a little bit behind him, and Miller was not able to adjust on the fly. He was moving pretty quick. He had 5 to 10 yards on the defensive back. That sure.
Kinslow in the ball game still. Miller comes to the sideline. Leisure out of the ball game right now. Kinslow still in there at quarterback. Kinslow, man in motion across the formation. Looks left, throws right. In and out of the hands of the wide receiver for the West Plains Zizzers. That's Gabe Sellers. Sellers wasn't able to hang on, and it's going to be a 3rd down and 10 to go. And this will be the next to last play of the third quarter. And Kinslow comes to the sideline, and Simpson comes in on a 3rd and 10. That's your first play is 3rd and 10.
Right, good luck, kid.
Go pick up the first down.
Right.
Simpson in the ball game. Hayden Simpson wears number 1. Calls for the ball. Looks down the middle of the field. Takes off on the run. Simpson up the middle he goes. He's going to be, got tripped up as he got close to the 40-yard line. And we got an injury on the field. That's our first official time. Stop the clock with 57 seconds. And it's going to be, and the Mustang is still down. We'll be back in 1.5.
This testimonial with Mother Nature is brought to you by Butler Heating and Air of West Plains.
Oh my, look at these homes with GeoComfort geothermal systems. Not only are they saving on heating costs, they're helping Mother Nature and the planet. I'm touched. How about a nice sunny day, everyone?
Call Butler Heating and Air to learn how a GeoComfort geothermal system can save your energy costs. Butler Heating and Air, keeping you comfortable no matter what Mother Nature brings.
Hey, honey, you see him?
Yeah, I see him.
Well, shoot him. You got him!
Outpost Motorsports in downtown West Plains has side-by-sides in stock ready for deer season. Stop in and see the High Sun Sector 550. Perfect to get deep into the woods to haul out that trophy buck this season. The High Sun Sector comes standard with top, windshield, and winch. You don't have to add one later. Stop by Outpost Motorsports next to the Civic Center in West Plains and check out the full line of side-by-sides in stock now, or check them out online at outpostmotorsports.com.
It's back to the field for more Zizzer football action on Hot Country KDY.
Paul Knight back here with Reeds Grigby. The player is still down on the field, and I haven't been able to get his number, but both teams, of course, have taken a knee during this injury timeout, and they've got him sitting up and still working on him. So what we'll do is we'll just take another 1 minute. We'll be back here on the radio, KKDY 102.5.
West Plains Propane at the corner of Lincoln Avenue and Broadway is always ready to help you out. No one ever described an inviting home as cold and cozy, and West Plains Propane will make sure it never does. Wherever you are in West Plains and surrounding area, give us a call and we'll help you out. Call us at 417-256-3470. Propane, making sure our customers are our warmest friend.
Driving in the fall and winter months can be challenging. You never know what Mother Nature will bring each day. Make sure your tires have plenty of tread. Give Wilbanks Tire a chance to sell you a new set of tires. Once you buy a set of tires from Wilbanks Tire, you can come in anytime for free tire rotation for the life of your tires. So once a customer of Wilbanks Tire, you will always be a customer of Wilbanks Tire. Wilbanks Tire, 201 West 2nd Street in West Plains.
West Plains football continues now on Hot Country KDY.
Jumped off sides. Paul Knight back here with Reed Grigsby, the injured player, number 40. That's Judd Horrocks. And in the field, he got off on his own power. Zizzer's come up to the line of scrimmage. We've got illegal pursuit against West Plains. So that'll mark them back 5 yards. And it'll now be 4th down and 9 from about the 32-yard line. And they call for the punt team. And the Zizzers are scrambling on the sideline because the punt team was sitting down on the sideline.
Yeah. You know, it's something we don't do very, very often, so I hope everybody remembers that they're on the punt team.
Got to remember we got to have a punter. Kinslow's the punter.
I guess Aiden Simpson's the punter. Oh, here comes Kinslow. He's going to be the up man.
He's going to be the up back. Simpson's going to punt it away. Good snap. Little pooch kick. Gets a big Zizzer roll across the 45 down to the 40-yard line where it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Mustangs as we come to the end of the third quarter. We'll be back in 1 minute here on the radio, KKDY 102.5.
Hello, I'm Dennis Helmick. I'm a real estate investor, real estate attorney from Seattle, Washington. About 3 months ago, I came back to West Plains and got really involved with investing in the town. I formerly owned an escrow company, so I know the type of job it takes and what they can do, and I highly recommend Wiles Title for closings.
Wiles Title, located on the square, downtown West Plains, celebrating their 50th year in business. It's your choice. Make the right choice and choose Wiles Title.
Free feels good, especially when it's checking from West Plains Bank and Trust Company. And when we say free, we mean free. Free mobile banking with deposit, free bill pay, free e-statements, and a free Zizzer debit card that gives back to the school with each purchase at a retailer. But wait, there's more. Get a free gift just for opening a new account. Refer a friend who opens an account and you both get a free gift. View account details at westplainsbank.com. West Plains Bank and Trust Company. Member FDIC.
Now it's more Zizzer football excitement on Hot Country KDY.
Paul Knight back here in the Zizzer Stadium at the McDonald's field where the West Plains Zizzers lead the McDonald County Mustangs 42-7 as we start the 4th and final quarter. Under the turbo clock rules, Mustangs will have the ball at their own 40-yard line. And Reed, the Zizzers have played an awful good football game after a I call a slow start.
Slow start, but I think they were just feeling each other out, and it seems like once we made a few adjustments and kind of got into the groove of things, then it was typical Zizzer football that we've seen the last year or two, and we're able to put some points on the board.
Zizzer's on a 4-man defensive line. The Zizzers, of course, or the Mustangs, they're starting offense on the field. Zizzers on the red. Throw to the right side. It's caught by the wide receiver. The ball's down or loose, and they're going to say it was an incomplete pass. Nice hit there by number 12, Hayden Bryant. Knocked that ball away just as the receiver caught it, and it's going to bring up a 2nd down and 10 to go.
And that was just about a textbook tackle out
Yes.
in coverage. He got there at the same time as the ball, and the wide receiver couldn't hold on to it.
Ball at the 40-yard line. Clock continues to wind down from 11:30 to go here in the 4th. Mustangs come to the line of scrimmage, trailing 42-7. Zizzer's 4-down linemen, 2 linebackers. Martin throws to the left side to Malone, and he dropped the ball, and they're going to call it a fumble, or yes, they did. They call it a fumble. It's picked up there by number 32 for the West Plains Zizzers. That's Landon Casey. Landon Casey goes 45 yards on the fumble recovery, but the officials are talking it over, and now they're going to call it an incomplete pass.
I believe that was 22 Jesse Hudson. Actually.
Was it Hudson?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was Hudson, number 22?
Yep. Yeah, 32 is on the sideline.
Yeah, he's on the sideline. Yeah. Well, let's see what the officials are talking to each other.
We couldn't really see the ball over here on our side of the field because of Zizzer bench was right in our way. But
yeah, the Zizzers think they've got a score, and the officials never have signaled anything. They're incomplete pass, so there's no score. So number 22, Jesse Hudson, gets a touchdown taken away.
Yeah.
Pass intended for number 80, Levi Malone.
It's going to be 3rd down and 10. Mustangs come to the line of scrimmage at their own 40-yard line. Malone dropped the ball, I guess, before he made a football move, and it's not a fumble. It's an incomplete pass. Martin's going to throw. He looks left, he looks right. Pressure comes. He's round up. He gets away. He's still away. He throws it down the sideline, and it's going to be intercepted. It is.
It is.
Intercepted by the West Plains Zizzer, and I can't see the number because they're all ugly.
Casey.
Huh?
Number 32, Landon Casey.
Oh, is that okay? It is Casey. Landon Casey does make the interception, and it's going to be 1st down and 10 for the West Plains at their own 31. We're at 10 minutes to go in the ball game. Zizzers have the ball and a 35-point lead.
So you just called his number 1 play too early, Paul.
1 play too early.
Premonition by my friend Paul Knight.
Yeah, he should have taken it back for a score.
Right.
Zizzers offense on the field. Simpson at quarterback. In the backfield, we got several new numbers, number 6, number 7. We'll get to them as they get the ball given to them. 1st and 10, West Plains. 9:40 to go in the ball game. Zizzers have the ball. Second offensive unit in the ball game for West Plains. Tight formation. Simpson takes it, hands off inside. And that's McGinley, isn't it? Number 7?
I believe so, yeah.
Yep, McGinley. McGinley picks up 4. He gets to the 45-yard line. That'll bring up a 2nd down and about 6 to go. Checking into the ball game quickly is Briggs Houston, number 10. So some of those Monday nighters getting a little Friday night action.
Yeah, Briggs Houston's the son of the Zizzer basketball great Reagan Houston, played for the girls basketball team back in the late 90s.
2nd down and 6. Zizzers go with a double tight. Simpson turns, hands to McGinley. McGinley picks his way for about another 3, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 3 to go from the 38-yard line. They got to get to the 41 for a 1st and 10. Sanders still in there at center. 3rd down and 3 to go, or 2 to go, really. 39 to the 41. Simpson in the backfield with McGinley. They give the ball to McGinley. Up the middle he goes. He's got the 1st down and more as he crosses the 45, down over the 45. Going to mark him down at the 46, and that's a 1st and 10 for the West Plains offense.
You know, Coach Womack would tell you after the game that McGinley's one of those players that is very, very talented, and he would start for most teams, but we're so deep at that position that he doesn't get a lot of touches, but he makes the most out of every opportunity when he gets the ball.
1st and 10 at the own 46-yard line. Simpson in the backfield with now it's number 6, Dalton Cox, along with Simpson. Simpson calls for the ball, turns and fakes to Cox. Hit at the line of scrimmage, thrown down after a gain of 1. That'll bring.
Yeah, big number 68, who's played a really good game, one of the captains for McDonald County. He's still playing hard. He's been playing hard the whole game, and unfortunately, his high school career is coming.
His high school career is about to come to a close. Yep. He's got 7 minutes and 10 seconds left. Zizzers have the ball, 2nd down and about 9 to go. Simpson in the backfield, looks at his wristband, gets the play. Cox back there with him. Calls for the ball, gives the ball to Cox up the middle. Cox puts his head down and picks up about 6 as he crosses the 50. Gets down to the Mustang 46-yard line, and that brings up a very manageable 3rd down and about 2.5 to go.
Cox, kind of like McGinley, is also he's a senior. He's extremely playing time for most teams, but we're just so deep. He only come in a little bit in the first half with the 1s, and he definitely comes in with the 2s.
3rd down and 2. The ball at the 46-yard line of the Mustangs. Simpson, the junior, calls for the ball, fakes to Cox, throws a little pass out there, incomplete, intended for the wide receiver, number 12. Yeah, number 12. Hayden Bryant falls incomplete, and it's going to be 4th down and about 2.5, 3 to go for the West Plains Zizzers from the Mustang 46-yard line. Tried to run that little, I'd call it just a kind of a quick flare, and too much pressure on Simpkins from the corner, and wasn't able to get the ball away. 4th down and 2. Play clock down to 7. Game clock at 5:40. Simpson's going to keep it. Simpson didn't make the 1st down as he was kind of pitter-pattered around a little bit and picks up nothing. And the Mustangs take over 1st and 10 at their own 47-yard line. 47-yard lines where they're going to mark it down.
I'm still amazed by this TV screen that we have on the sidelines now. You know, back in my day when we played, and certainly back when you played, you had a little bit of a grace period if you messed up on the field. The coach didn't really see it until they watched the game tape.
Yeah, the next.
Now they do it immediately.
Yeah, now they see it now.
Right.
1st and 10 Mustangs at their own 46-yard line. Zizzer defense on the field. They lead 42-7 as that was the end of the 3rd quarter score, and they still have that same score inside 5 minutes to go in the ball game. Zizzers are outnumbered on the right side. Martin sees that as well. He looks that way. He's going to throw left, though, to Malone, and he balls, but it's fallen on there by the Mustangs as Martin got hit. 65? That is Braden Marks.
Yeah, Braden Marks is able to get back there. The quarterback, he was his arm came forward, but
on the road next Friday night. They'll be in Hannibal to take on Hannibal, and we don't know who they are, but they're Hannibal. And Griggsby's going to look it up.
I'm looking it up. It's bugging me.
They're probably the Riverboat Men or the Captain's Gang or something like that in Hannibal.
The Tom Sawyers or something.
Tom Sawyers, yeah. Huckleberry Finn's. Martin calls for the ball. Looks right, looks left. Throws it right. Down the sideline, it's intended, not anywhere close, as the Zizzer secondary is back there covering that one pretty well. And it brings up a 3rd down and about 4:18 to go, and the clock inside 3:15 to go in the ball game, and it won't stop until it gets to 0-0.
The Pirates, the Hannibal Pirates.
Pirates.
Yep.
Well, that's kind of odd.
Yeah. I'm sure there were some pirates on the Mississippi River.
Oh, I'm sure there were. There still are. Zizzer's defense on the field. 2:50 to go in the ball game. Zizzer's on top, 42-7. They'll be in action next Friday in Hannibal to take on the Pirates in the first round or the final 8 of the state playoffs. Straight handoff by the Mustangs. Gets the 40-yard line. That's going to ring up a 4th down for the Mustangs. Punt it. You go for it. They're not bringing the... Yeah, it's you're down to the last 2 minutes and 20 seconds of the ball game. Now they bring a few replacements in. Let's see what happens here.
Yeah, but you got some great seniors on. I mean, they're very, very good McDonald County football team, and unfortunately their season's come to an end, so you might as well try to end the game on a high mark.
Yeah, Martin's still in the ball game. It's 4th and about 15. Martin, 3 receivers to the right, left side of him. Pressure up the middle. Martin steps up. Martin gets away. He's going to get close. He's got the first down and more as he steps out of bounds all the way down to the West Plains 36-yard line. So nice play by the senior quarterback, and the Mustangs have it 10 at the West Plains 36, and people are stuff down the steps to the bleachers.
And more importantly, the heat in their car.
Yes. That's an important item right now.
Yeah. You know, Martin's got some wheels when he gets out into the open. Kind of reminds me of Johnny Manziel a little bit.
Zizzers have defensively spread across the field. Pressure up the middle. Martin drops the throw. He's going to be hemmed in. He's trapped, and did he go down? Yes, he did. They're going to call him down at a loss of 2, and we're inside a minute to go, so we're going to have one more play, and the Mustang season will come to an end, and the Zizzers will get ready to go to Hannibal next Friday night.
Or if they do happen to score, our turbo clock gets turned off.
That's true.
Yeah.
Mustangs have it at the Zizzer 39-yard line. Ball's thrown incomplete. We're at 30 seconds. It's kind of up to the Mustangs now whether they want to run one more play, or do they want to just, I think they've decided they've had enough.
Third down, and the Zizzers are on defense.
No, they said we're going to play one more time. Final play of the ball game, folks. We're at 6 seconds and counting down. Martin takes a snap, drops the throw, no pressure. Down the left sideline, throws it up in the air. Cook has it go off his hands, incomplete. That's ball game. Zizzers win. The final score 42-7. The Zizzers advance with the district championship. They'll play next Friday night on the road at Hannibal. And of course, you'll be able to hear that game right here. But right now, we're going to take 3 minutes, and we'll be back with the post-game show here on the radio, KKDY 102.5.
And there's a flag on the play.
Dr. Edwin Roeder of Ozarks Healthcare Orthopedics and Spine is proud to be the Zizzer team physician. The team at Ozarks Healthcare sends best wishes to all Zizzer athletes for safe play and for exceptional sportsmanship. Ozarks Healthcare hopes you stay healthy, but if injuries happen, Dr. Roeder and the rest of his team are there to help you with your recovery. Ozarks Healthcare Orthopedics and Spine, a proud supporter of Zizzer Athletics.
Hey, honey, you see him?
Yeah, I see him.
Well, shoot him. You got him!
Outpost Motorsports in downtown West Plains has side-by-sides in stock ready for deer season. Stop in and see the High Sun Sector 550. Perfect to get deep into the woods to haul out that trophy buck this season. The High Sun Sector comes standard with top, windshield, and winch. You don't have to add one later. Stop by Outpost Motorsports next to the Civic Center in West Plains and check out the full line of side-by-sides in stock now, or check them out online at outpostmotorsports.com.
Hey Reese, you know how we all have those neighbors who like to borrow tools and stuff, and we oblige them? But what's the rule when someone comes over to borrow our Coyote tractor? Especially if it's one of the new Tier 4 models that has more power and uses less fuel compared to our Tier 3 models.
Well, I would think that's where we have to draw the line.
Kinda awkward, right?
Yeah, but our advice for when he asks can be, with all the great deals and financing going on at Lynch Equipment, you can nicely tell him to go buy his own.
Sounds like a plan. So stop in and see our parents, Scott and Crystal Brown, at Lynch Equipment in West Plains.
It's not just a home or a car. It's the 5 hours you spent in the kitchen mastering your epic wing recipe and the 3-hour family road trip to the tailgate party. While other insurance companies just see them as a bundle or a combo, State Farm agent Justin Shelby and his team see your home and car as the time and memories you put into them. Justin and his team understand what your things really mean to you and is here to help you give them the protection they deserve.
For all your home and auto insurance needs, talk to me, State Farm agent Justin Shelby, and my team in West Plains and in Houston.
You deserve a break. When you have a family, it sure feels like every day is laundry day, and it probably is. So why don't you let someone else do the laundry for you? Zizzer Coin Laundry is here to help. Bring by all of your laundry and they will wash it, dry it, fold it, press it if you wish, and you just pick it up and put it away. Just think of all the things you can get done with that extra time. Zizzer Coin Laundry on Porter Wagner next to R&R Tire in West Plains. We do everything, but put it away. Yes, the work week is over. Come on, weekend. Where are my car keys? Are you kidding me? I did it again? I locked them in the car? Good thing I have West Plains Lock and Key programmed in my phone.
West Plains Lock and Key?
I did it again.
Are you at work or home this time? All right, we'll be right there.
Whenever you lock yourself out, call West Plains Lock and Key, 256-8862. West Plains Lock and Key, where tradition meets technology.
The Zizzers play here on today's Hot New Country KDY.
Well, it's Paul Knight back here on the Hearst Feed and Farm Supply post-game show. And the Zizzers win tonight, the final score 42-7. And we're joined by assistant coach Scott Womack. And Scott didn't start out really well for the West Plains Zizzers. A little slow, 7-7 at the end of the first quarter. But in the second quarter, you score 3 times. You score 2 times in the third quarter. And once again, turbo clock, and you get the win, and you get to play Hannibal next week.
Yeah, you know, one of the things that happened tonight was something that hadn't happened to us much all years. We had 2 turnovers early, and it kind of stopped drives. And I don't think we maybe just punted 1 time tonight, but had those 2 turnovers in the first half, and then a couple of penalties hurt us, and then we had
four 15-yarders.
We had a drop ball kind of, and the kid made a good play on the 4th down play down there. We thought we caught it inside the 10 there, and looked like we were going to have a 1st and goal, and the kid came through, and it looked like he stripped it out. But usually, you know, we hang on to that, but you know, and then we knew they were going to throw it all over the field tonight. And that quarterback does a really good job of being very patient and finding the hole, and kind of had us on our heels. And we were kind of collapsing inside in the first half, and he was bouncing everything. And we did a much better job of, keeping him kind of hemmed in the second half. And they really struggled to run the ball.
Well, I was going to say they had handed off 1 time.
Yeah.
1 time they handed off. The rest of the time, Martin had the ball in his hands, and it was either I'm going to throw it or I'm going to run it.
Yep.
And when he threw it, he was going to throw it to number 80.
Yeah, and we knew 80 coming in, and Dagan hadn't played a lot of defense lately, but we put Dagan out there this week, and Dagan was locked up on 80 most of the night, and did a really nice job on him. And you could tell they started trying to throw it to somebody else after that.
Well, I was going to say, I know Kinslow played quite a bit in the first half, especially at that cornerback position. We noticed that he went wherever Malone went.
Yeah.
That's where Kinslow went.
Yeah.
They had a one-on-one battle all night long.
Yeah. That was the game plan coming in, because we knew he was the stud receiver, and they have a good team. You know, they've come a long ways, because just about 2 or 3 years ago they weren't winning many games at all, and quarterbacks made a big difference, and the coach has done a good job over there with him.
Well, I was going to say they've come a long way. This is the best record they've had since 1965.
Oh. they've never won a district championship, I don't think.
Ever, never.
And this would have been their first one. So a lot of excitement over there for them. And they came in, when they scored that first touchdown, tied it up, it looked like they had won the game over there on the sideline. So it kind of fired our guys up. And, we settled down from there and didn't panic and kind of dominated the rest of the game.
Well, you're speaking about domination. Of course, we saw the halftime score. Hannibal was up 41-0 on a pretty good Jeff City team. Now, I know they played earlier this year where the Jeff City lost to Hannibal earlier in the season, like Game 3 or Game 4. But, when you say Jeff City in football,
yeah,
they're usually pretty decent.
Yeah, we
Hannibal thumped them.
Yeah, we saw them. We had Jeff City in our jamboree earlier this year, and so they got some athletes out there, and but Hannibal's kind of been doing that to everybody, and so we've already got some film on them, and I've kind of peeked at it a little bit, but we'll have to. It's a long trip. We'll have to be ready to go next week.
Well, speaking of long trip, I know that we were talking a little bit about the fact that because of the distance, you could ask for a schedule on Saturday, but I don't see. Because that breaks up the routine, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of the same. First, Jeff City might move theirs to Saturday, and nope, they want to play it on Friday and kind of stay in the routine, and that's good. We'd rather do that, and you don't know how you're going to respond to a Saturday afternoon game and the afternoon, but we'd rather just stay in our routine, play the 7 o'clock game, and go from there.
Coach, we appreciate you coming by this evening. Of course, next week you go to Hannibal, and it's a long drive up there, but it's going to be even a longer drive home.
Well, we hope it's a good drive home.
It'll be an exciting drive home.
Last year, we got this level and had the Elias game. It's not a fun trip coming home after a loss, so we want to go up there and take care of business and make it a better trip coming home.
Once again, the Zizzers win tonight. The final score, 42-7. And Coach Womack, we appreciate you coming by and little conversation with us, and good luck next week up there in Hannibal.
Thanks, Paul.
That's it tonight from Zizzer Stadium and McDonald's Field. The West Plains Zizzers win tonight. Final score 42-7. West Plains on top. They'll play next Friday night in Hannibal. We know that. We know it's a long way up there. So if you don't want to make the drive, you can always listen to us on the radio, watch us on TV, as the game will be right here on KKDY. Dan, thanks for your help back at the studio. We appreciate it. My phone's going nuts. I apologize, but people want to know what the score is. We'll be back on the radio next week here on KKDY.